that this leaves the 4-foot with half.
Really good spots for Mouat.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, if it's dead nose and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does.
Okay, so it might, yep. Close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and
yeah,
we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions. And battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone.
Girl, easy. Whoa.
Does he have it? Yes, he does. What a shot. John Schuster. Oh, my goodness. A third of a rock. That would make sense why I did curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack.
Really good spots for Mouat.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, if it's dead nose and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does.
Okay, so it might, yep. Close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as
Trevor
well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions. And battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone.
Whoa! Girl! Easy! Whoa!
Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock for... That would make sense when I do the curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack.
Really good spots for Mouat.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send more of the right guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, if it's dead nose and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does.
Okay, so it might, close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits, seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions. And battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits, seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone.
Whoa! Girl! Easy! Whoa!
Does he have it?
Yeah!
Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock for... That would make sense why he did curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with half.
Really good spots for Mouat.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and instead knows and just it's gonna go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does. Here.
Okay, so it might, close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits, seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions. And battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits, seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone.
Whoa! Girl! Easy! Whoa!
Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock for... That would make sense why he didn't curl.
Well, we gotta not kill that. It's gotta just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack.
Really good spots for Mouat.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and instead knows and just it's gonna go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does. Here.
Okay, so it might, close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions. And battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's
last drop.
Yep.
8th in. From the tie to Isabella Brano.
Yep.
And welcome back to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's Sunny Championship Sunday here at the AMJ Players Championship, a rematch of the World Final between Bruce Mouat from Scotland and Yannick Schwaller from Switzerland. We are inside the Mattamy Athletic Centre here on the campus of Toronto Metropolitan University for this one. It is going to be a fantastic battle between two great teams. John Cullen with you once again, pleased to be joined by Brent Lang. Our final game of the season here, Brent, on the Grand Slam of Curling live streams. A little bittersweet. I think we're going to be treated to a great game here, but then it does mean the season's over.
We'll go to Nashville still, though, right?
Yes,
You're not canceling that trip on me, are you?
No, we're still going. Yeah, we're still going to Nashville. So that is true. We get a little bit of a little bonus curling, but this is the last game that counts. You've been here all week. What have you made of teams Mouat and Schwaller?
It looks to me like the two best teams are in the final, as often is the case, as it was the case at the World Championships as well. So hard to believe the season is coming to an end, all 5 events, and with that in mind, Team Mouat trying to become the first team, correct me if I'm wrong, to win 4 Grand Slams in the same season.
That is cool. Absolutely correct, yes. So we've got a couple things on the line here. Bruce Mouat could become the first team to win 4 slams in a season. For Yannick Schwaller, everyone on the team looking for their first slam aside from Benoit Schwartz van Berkel. He won the Canadian Open back in 2018 playing with Peter de Cruz. But the other 3 guys looking for their first slam title. Bruce Mouat looking for a record. Lots on the line today. So yeah, it's going to be a great game. We're going to take it down to ice level and Robbie Doherty for the team introductions. So the debut of the Grand Slam Tunnel of Love is complete. Both teams out on the ice. Yannick and Bruce will now do their Sportsnet interview with Robbie as we get ready to get things underway here. And Brent, is there any significance to these teams having played in the World Final a week ago? Does that even matter?
Well, if we base it off the ladies' final, it matters, and Schwaller's going to win.
Yeah, exactly. Revenge, could be a Swiss sweep.
Revenge is sweet, I'm sure. And yeah, maybe a Swiss sweep. So, no, I don't think so. I mean, these guys have known each other and played each other a ton, both in the top 5 in the world and have been for a while now. And both maybe getting to the end of wanting to curl. I mean, you always want to curl in the Players' Championship final, but they have played something like 21 games in 14 days or something, both these teams.
Yes.
And that's where the fitness comes in, and also being young, which most of these guys are. Probably Sven's the oldest on the ice, would be my guess.
Most certainly, yes. Sven might be the only player in this. Oh, Benoit too. They're both in their 30s.
Yeah, it's a little bit
but not even far into their 30s, I don't think. Sven's probably 33, 34, if I had to guess. I don't have his birth certificate in front of me, but
we can ask for it.
Yeah, we can, and we do, and that's kind of a big thing for you and me in the booth. Players are always not sure why, but who needs a reason these days?
Just for their reaction, that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I think these teams match up well. I covered the Schwaller game last night. They played really well up and down the lineup. they do like to mix it up, and so does Bruce. So I think we're in for a dandy.
I agree. Should be a good one. And like you said, both teams playing well. I think for some teams, the world hangover can be real, and it's can be really tough. But for these two teams, yeah, definitely coming in hot here as we get the sounds of the Alan Parsons project in the arena. Give Michael Jordan here. What's going on? We'll take a look at the team lineup, starting with Team Mouat. Curling out of Stirling, Scotland, skip Bruce Mouat, third Grant Hardy, second Bobby Lammy, and lead Hammy McMillan Jr. And on the other side, it is Team Schwaller, curling out of Zurich, Switzerland. Yannick Schwaller, Benoit Schwartz-Van Berkel, Sven Mikkel, and Pablo Lachat-Couchepin. The only notable thing in that lineup, Benoit throwing fourth, but Yannick Schwaller calling the game. And sorry, they're out of Geneva. I thought I got that wrong, but you know what? Last game of the year.
You're allowed to.
It is what it is.
I'm going to make lots of them. I won't correct myself.
Well, you and I did have a nice time at the Grand Slam of Karaoke last night.
Yeah, there was a theft, though. You should have won. I just don't think there were enough 45-year-olds in
No, that was the problem. That was the problem. People who were cheering for me were also cheering for Mattia, but then there were some people who were absolutely not cheering for me.
That was the problem.
That was a slight problem. Yeah.
But the Grand Slam of Karaoke was super entertaining, as always.
Yeah, great time last night. Packed ballroom over at the Courtyard Marriott just up the road. And yeah, it's really become an event that curling fans look forward to. I talked to a few of them last night who, didn't even make it down to the game itself, but wanted to come out to the karaoke. So yeah, it's turned into the most fun evening in our sport, and there was no exception last night as the bell gets us underway here for this heavyweight tilt. Bruce Mouat, Yannick Schwaller. Yannick Schwaller starting with hammer. By virtue of draw to the button, these teams had identical 4-1 records coming into the playoffs, so they did have to draw off for hammer, and Yannick and co. getting the job done.
When did we introduce the boxing bell? I like it.
It's nice, eh?
Yeah.
I think the Masters. I think we had the boxing bell at the WFG Masters. I think is where that got introduced.
I've been asleep since October.
You and Wyclef Jean have both been gone till November.
Right. Oh, here we go. See if Schwaller throws a corner or goes around the center. Probably goes around the center. That's kind of standard procedure.
Mm-hmm. Yannick getting a lot of attention for the monochrome Blue Jays hat he's been sporting here this week. The Toronto fans appreciative of the support.
Yeah, that screams, I want some fans, though, doesn't it? A little desperation from Yannick. You can't actually be a Blue Jays fan, can you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm born and raised in Toronto, so I am, but I guess the nice part about being Swiss is, you kind of have the option of whoever you want to cheer for. There's no
total bandwagoners if they want to be, which is
There's
nice.
no Zurich Yankees,
So were you born with the Leaf problem too, then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
time.
buddy, welcome to the world.
Thanks,
What
buddy.
a great place to be.
Yeah.
This is our year.
I've been saying it for 40. Might as well keep it going. Yeah. Yeah, I always used to say that my grandmother was the biggest Leafs fan ever. And so I would always say, well, the Leafs will, she'll stay alive as long as it takes to see them win another Stanley Cup. And the Leafs let her down.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, it's that's just what they do, though.
That is what they do.
Yeah. She did see it in person in 1967, so I'm just hoping I get to see one in my lifetime. That would be pretty good.
It's a little mistake there by Pablo, who he would have been the only one probably not in the mid-90s on Team Schwaller last night. Not that he played poorly, but I think Grant just saying, I think I touched the guard maybe, but I don't think I moved it. Playing the old freeze game up to the button.
Love it. Yeah, sometimes, you get that sneaky little first rock behind the tee line, and it creates a little more action than it otherwise might have.
I've seen it a couple times, and it tends to avoid the run back a little bit too. Makes it a little longer, a little harder, but this is another mistake here, is it?
Yeah, that's quite heavy from Lachat-Couchepin.
Stays for shot, so it's not terrible. It's a bit of an odd setup for both teams right now.
10-5. Okay. Try and keep it just a hair high a bit. Right in front of yellow.
Roll to center.
Straight on the center.
Doesn't want to leave too many yellows around, so Bobby's trying to hit and roll buried, and probably a freeze coming. They could run the guard back. It's not a great situation for Schwaller. This looks a lot like a force.
Shot.
Yeah, the Mouat team, phenomenal last night. I was on that game, and they played against Brad Jacobs, and just, you know, they got 3 in the first end, and one of those teams you could consider shaking.
Almost, right? And Brad, unfortunately, has been a bit of Mouat's meal ticket. Not just lately, the record shows that, but everybody has been this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bruce. Phenomenal this year. #1 in the world with a bullet. Over 100 points ahead of second place, which is currently Matt Dunstone. Yannick Schwaller sitting at #4 in the world coming into this game. Brad Jacobs at 3.
Pretty cool. All 4 of the top 4 teams in the world are in the semifinals.
Yeah, and for the women, it was 4 of the top 5. Unjung Kim ranked #5. And then Homan 1, Tieren's only 2, and Hasselborg 3.
So Carrie Anderson felt left out from the party.
Yes, yes, she did.
I was saying how impressive it is that they stayed #4 with everything they've gone through over the last year.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride for them for sure. I'm sure they're looking for a little stability, but they may not have it, depending on Shannon Burchard's injury and how well she's able to recoup from that over the summer. You don't often see curlers have to take off for an injury, so not a good sign, that's for sure. Wishing all the best for her in her recovery and also in her pregnancy. As that slides by, both teams getting fooled by the speed here, Langer.
Yeah, that was not the call. He's trying to freeze on the top one, and that yellow one's in a really good spot for Team Schwaller. Did you get that? Swiss German, yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost said da, which is Russian, and kind of not, it's a bit the opposite, so.
Gonna draw to the tee line. I don't think you want to go right to it, but you could. It's not gonna kill you. I think most times Grant's gonna be asked to make the run back here.
Yeah, it could be a Swiss sweep and a household sweep for Sven Mikkel, his partner Alina Petz winning earlier, so might be a lot of hardware in their luggage on the way home. Very nice shot from Sven Mikkel right to the back, and just like that, Team Schwaller lies too.
Yeah, Sven's got the same problem I've had for the last 10 or 12 years. Keeping up with your wife's impossible.
Yeah, it's tough when your wife is that good.
It's great walking through malls and restaurants, though. Nobody bothers me.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's true. Me neither.
So Grant needs to make some noise here. Probably nobody better in the world at this shot right now.
Ooh, just misses. Loses one of his back reds as well. Better than it was, I think, but still not great.
Just missed the line call. At least it's open, though, I think, the back one. If they don't guard it at all and they come down and nose that, then they can really change this end, and I think that's what they're talking about. We need to be buried, but maybe leave a piece open so they can't nose that. Keep an eye on that back yellow, though. Probably not going to score, but if things are moved around, still enough time with how much granite these guys can remove in one shot, so dangerous situation for Team Mouat.
So Yannick Schwaller pretty much looking to replace that yellow stone that was just removed by Grant Hardy, just top 4. A little bit of separation between the rock he's throwing and the shot stone would be ideal. I'm hearing line is close.
He can't be saying line is close, so that's the sweeper. But I hear it too.
Wait is close then. Maybe wait in Swiss German sounds a lot like line in English.
That's a really good shot.
Yeah, very good from Yannick. Did pretty much exactly replace the yellow stone that was there previously.
Like the same turn, or do you want the out?
Thought the out. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that.
If it's made absolutely perfectly, it might kill all the yellows. It's pretty close. Switching turns. Oh, not his best there. Not very often you hear a okay halfway down on a runner from these guys.
Yeah, especially not from Grant, like you said, just usually pretty automatic with those. So some early trouble here for Bruce Mouat, which you also don't say too often. Schwaller lying 2 here and throwing and has hammer.
How do we get more than 2? They're talking about guard, I think, and then they're saying, is he going to freeze in there? And it's like, well, he might have to.
Yeah.
Which isn't comfortable. You don't want to force him to, although you force him to a really tough shot in the first end where the payoff is big. Risk reward. I think it's worth it. I think they're guarding. I can't see the bench from here, but I'm going to guess that new, at least part-time coach Glenn Howard's on the bench. There he is.
Yeah, chatting it up with Pierre Charette.
How do we feel about his loyalty to his country? Right?
I mean, no comment.
Next question.
Yeah, next question. I don't know a whole lot about Switzerland, but I do know a lot of banking done in Switzerland. So
that's what it is. Glenn's trying to get all that cake off. Out of the country.
That's
all that beer store money over the 40-year career.
Yeah. Got to hide it somewhere. Get it in some gold bullion in a safe deposit box in Zurich.
Guard is made. It's a little, maybe a foot or two tighter than they wanted, but yellow coming in, 3 yellows in the house. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really not a good scenario for Team Mouat. Going to need a bit of an end saver here from Bruce.
Sure.
All of this really set up when Bobby came heavy on that freeze and went back 4 and got them into some serious trouble.
Yeah, well, I said it at the start of the end. Sometimes that back 8 from your lead seems like a miss, but it can invite some offense. And that might be the case here. First rock for Bruce Mouat, and it is an important one.
No.
Oh, you hate that no call also. Oh, there we go. Hammy picking it up now. And how about that?
Uh-oh.
Not great. Initially, I thought it was good, but they didn't move that yellow out of the back of the rings, and now it's just a hit to lie 3 for Benoit Schwartz van Berkel.
A little unlucky that kind of ricocheted at the back off the red into the yellow and didn't kill it.
Yeah, that's why immediately I was sort of like, oh, nice shot. And then I thought, oh, actually,
less nice.
Less nice. Unfortunate.
So hitting to lie 3, what is Team Mouat's shot to get out of this? At least it is a red center guard, so is it a back line hit and roll on the one top 4? If they nose this, that might not get shot.
First stone coming in here for Benoit Schwartz van Berkel. As we said, the only member of this team to have won a slam before, but it was 7 years ago. So I'm sure he'd love to get his hands on the trophy just as much as his teammates would. That's pretty much exactly what they wanted. And this is Bruce Mouat just taking on a double to give up 2 here. And this double's no picnic either, Brent.
You've got an inch or 2.
The front end always sees more air than the skipped when he gets to the hack.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
You got lots of
I'm
room.
not throwing it, so yeah.
Bruce is thinking double. The front end's thinking maybe we get a little aggressive.
Yeah, they're thinking hit and roll behind the guard and wondering how Schwaller would get it out and score 2. They might not be able to, but the risk of that, of course, if you don't make it, you're giving up 3.
That guard is in play.
It's in play. That's a 4. Does look like he is trying to roll inside, though, Brent, I think. I heard 10-5, which is not really double kill weight.
10-5.
He's got ice inside the edge, well inside the edge of the rock. Gonna get Bobby involved here, I would say.
Race good. Race great. Close.
Bobby involved early here.
Yes. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Oh, bringing that guard into play. Just get by. Oh, my goodness. Get real. Bruce Mouat, that is disgusting. Look on his face says it all there. What a sweep from Bobby Lammy. They barely got by that center guard. And not only do they get the hit and roll, but they get the double at the back of the house, and now Benoit has to draw for 1.
Whew. That might be enough for me if I was on Team Schwaller. Let's get out of here, boys. That looks hard to beat.
Yeah, that was something else.
And he rolled it dead buried. I didn't know he could get that far.
I didn't either, but I mean, they barely missed that guard.
So I don't think it mattered that they rolled that back one off. I don't think the nose maybe would have been shot for Benoit back.
So it was looking like a multiple for sure, maybe even a 3 for Team Schwaller, but they're settling for a draw for 1 here. Need a piece of the forefoot.
Both Sven and Pablo dove in right away. Looked worried. But they don't call him Mr. T for nothing.
Ooh, sweepers almost let it go, but Pablo Lechak-Couchepin couldn't kick that into the corner fast enough, feeling a little hard done by that Bruce Mouat shot. It was incredible, and now Mouat will have the hammer in the second.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all 3.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
Wow. Never thought we'd see the day with a proposal and 2 Home and Empire hoodies.
Oh, my.
Congratulations to the happy couple. We come back from the break. We get a live proposal here at the Grand Slam of Curling. That's a good place to do it.
Does Gravity Management stage this? Are these real people or are these actors?
Yeah, we're angling hard for the De Beers sponsorship.
Wow.
Yeah.
No commentary necessary there.
That is, that's great. Congratulations to the 2 of them. What a moment. What a moment. We probably let you propose for free here too, so that's a good deal.
Does it normally cost?
Oh yeah, I looked at it was like a very interesting chart they put out a couple of years ago. So the most expensive stadium to propose at is Dodger Stadium. Do you want to guess how much it costs to propose at Dodger Stadium?
Wow, I don't know, $2,500?
That is exactly right.
Oh wow,
you got it exactly right. $2,500 to propose at Dodger Stadium. 10 teams won't let you do it. So there's only 20 teams that'll let you do it. Cheapest team, this was back when they played in Oakland Athletics. You want to guess how much it costs to propose at an Oakland Athletics game?
$6.
50 bucks.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good deal. Grand Slam of curling, though, I think probably free. I'm guessing free.
For now.
Yeah, for now, exactly. We've set the trend here. And our new head of content and reporter man, Devin Haru, already in there interviewing the happy couple. So that's the other thing you get when you propose at the Grand Slam of curling. You get
you get coverage.
You get face to face with Devin Haru. So
he doesn't miss a beat, that guy. I don't think he sleeps.
Oh, definitely does not sleep. No, I can't imagine. Anyway, back to the task at hand here, and a great shot by Bruce Mouat in the first end, keeping his team from giving up a bundle after a few misses from Grant Hardy, or I should say half shots, not complete misses, but.
Top 12, top 8.
Corner guard by Hammy's a little bit long, but they're going to the freeze in the center. Sometimes just throwing the corner guard just makes the other team throw the center, and that's enough to get some offense going in the middle.
Hard line. Curl out. Maybe curl it.
Well done by Team Mouat there. Hammy throws it well, and sweeping does something.
Perfectly froze.
I don't think that was made out of his hand.
It's bad news for all the out of shape guys that we're learning sweeping does stuff.
I think it does. The jury's been out, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel pretty convinced. So a freeze right on top now called for Sven Mikkel. Whenever Pablo Lachat-Couchepin is the inside sweeper, you'll hear the French come out. So you probably heard a little bit of that. I know you speak a little French, Langer.
I can understand a little bit of French, and that's actually true, but any other language other than English, not for me.
No dice?
No dice. A little bit of French, though. I probably wouldn't die in a French country. Everywhere else, I'm dead. Like, no chance.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got enough French to get by, and then also enough American Sign Language to get by, but that's it. After that, I'm toast.
You're just going through.
We're going to find out starting tomorrow if we speak country and western.
I don't.
I don't either,
I'll tell
but
you that for free.
I am excited for the music and the whole atmosphere in Nashville. I know all 12 curlers are pumped up, and all of the curling group, and it's going to be pretty cool.
It's going to be very cool, yes. A lot of people have been asking, even though we did put out a release about this, it is not streaming. It's going to be produced as a video package for Sportsnet to air a little later on in the spring, so you will get to see it. Don't panic, but you will not get to see it live. It's going to be really fun because you'll get the skills comp, the All-Star game. I believe they're going to weave some of the features into that coverage as well. Some of the social content that I've been doing with the teams over the years. I think we've got a few Nashville-specific visits planned. I'm sure Devin has some segments planned as well. So it'll be all one kind of tight 2-hour package also that'll be
awesome.
Airing on Sportsnet later this year. So hold tight. Bobby Lammy looking for the double peel here.
Ooh, tried to actually run it straight back.
Sorry, I thought it was the double peel
Stays
call.
for a corner guard, though, so
it's not horrible.
Not a bad setup here. And, of course, follow Grand Slam of Curling on social media channels.
Course.
You'll get lots of sneak peeks
You'll get
and previews over the next 3 or 4 days.
No question. I believe I'll be doing a similar thing that I did at the Battle of the Sexes during the All-Star game, running the social media, showing some behind-the-scenes stuff.
And I don't want to give away all the best secrets, but I believe we're putting, what are they called, those Apple Air tags? We're going to put one on Flash for the 3 days, and that's going to be a feature. He might be the most excited guy.
I'd say that's probably true, yeah. Nice guard there from Sven Mikkel, and I think they're going to try to repeat the shot here with Bobby Lammy.
This one you're either going to get the double peel or you're going to get it onto the one in the house. I don't think there is a hole from my vantage point between the two. Same kind of throw that Bobby just had. He doesn't. He looks like, you know, the boy next door, but he's a stone cold killer on the curling ice.
Oh, no question about it. Another example of that there. Frees up the red stone. Would have loved to get that yellow one out of the rings, I think. But it's still pretty good.
Really starting to look like a deuce for Team Mouat. Tough little chase here, but if you can nose it, would probably be the best. I think if you get through there with light hack, you can't help but hit and stay there. The hole's only so big. Did I hear in there?
I believe that's what you
heard.
heard.
That might have been something else, though, but that's the weight you need anyway. Just kind of enough to kill it. Makes the hole a little bit wider because there's kind of a halfway guard and a tight guard. Very good.
Yeah, that one I know.
Yeah,
very good is very good. That's easy.
11-5, 12.
Do you think I can get all the way over there?
Just the way I saw that curling. Even if you just make that.
I think that's more likely, yeah.
Okay. 11-5 then.
That's where I'd like to see Bruce reply. Shot I made last time was a lot harder than this.
I saw my own shot last end, so be quiet.
Grant, you've been making everything you look at. Just throw the rock.
That is the one thing I do respect about Team Mouat is they act like they're not going to make it.
Totally.
They still do the charade of, ooh, I don't know, this might be too hard, guys. So that's kind of nice of them to do. Got to kill this yellow, though. That's not a ton of weight. Does get it just out the back. Didn't roll as much as they were hoping, though.
What was that? 11-6.
Whose shot might matter? They could draw if they're already shot. I don't think they're going to, but they could. See how many times in a row they can go through here. Gonna play the run back. I don't like this. That rock's in a really good spot for you.
Yeah, this feels like you're complicating it.
A little bit. I mean, he's going to make contact on the red one. If it doesn't stay right there, you're going to open up a come around their own guard. I mean, it's a bit high. Maybe you can chase it, but
it's a big red wall. It's a lot of corners there.
He just made it on his first. This is an easier shot, I would agree. You got about 3 or 4 inches room for error where you're going to still hit that one, maybe even 4 or 5 inches.
2,000 people, you can hear his laugh.
Yeah, made it perfect. So.
Or you can just do that.
Yeah, as long as you make things perfect, it doesn't really matter what you call.
That's a good point. Yeah, we're sort of, I feel like, trained as broadcasters to give, as curling broadcasters, it's, well, this is what could go wrong. But the teams are playing at such a high level, maybe we don't have to get so involved. No, I don't know about this call. Well, but they're probably going to make it, so it's fine. So they're looking for the thin double here, I think, Brent?
Yeah, again, this is a tough one. Quarter stone, normal weight, I think they're calling. Worried, I guess, if they come around that yellow that it's too easy for Benoit to just promote it onto the shot rock and maybe be buried. I wouldn't hate going around like back 8 here. Like, this is harder than Grant's about to make it look. Like, that's a really hard shot.
Yeah.
Trust me, no, honestly, it is.
I know.
I know. We know. Does he know?
I don't think he thinks about it.
I don't either.
Like, I always, those guys, you know, I know they're ruthless competitors and they're so good at, but you talk to them before the game and it's just, they're so loose, they're so relaxed. I was down on the bench and I made the mistake of carrying a candy cup with me. They all wanted a little pregame 5-cent candy that I had in my cup and just had a good pregame chat, and yeah, they just not a lot bothers them, but they certainly don't seem to know how good they are sometimes.
They've made it kind of second nature, right? Like, I don't get nervous walking down the street because I know I'm not going to fall.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems like curling has become second nature to them. They've worked, the preparation is where their loose attitude and laid back, and that's where their confidence comes from. That's where everything, that's where you get confidence in anything.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Benoit, as there's a lot of room to roll.
Ideally, it would be right behind those ones where Grant's going there.
Yeah, if he goes there, it's going to be very tough for Schwaller not to give up a 2 here.
Thinking that myself. Center stone, I was thinking. Give it a good go, get right there.
Middle of the rock, probably a control weight. The way they throw the rock, it just runs straight if they want it to. If they get Bobby on the carve, they can just seem to have it on a string.
Yeah.
But it starts with throwing it the same way every time.
Yeah.
This is close. And you get tired of me saying this is close.
It's pretty good, I think. I don't know if there's a hole there or not. Okay, yeah, I think there's enough room here for Benoit.
It's definitely a hole. It's going to be interned through the stagger. I think he gets through here almost all the time. Then may roll right to the side of the button buried, and force could be a problem here for Bruce.
Yeah, just kind of got caught in between. If it rolls a little less or a little more, it's probably pretty good. At the very least, they're probably getting a blank out of it. But as you said, Brent, if Benoit Schwartz Van Berkel can manage this port here, might be a force. Final stone for him in 2.
He's throwing some speed through here. The harder you throw it, the easier it is to get through the hole.
Got it through the hole. Does it roll enough? I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know if Bruce has a blank here or not.
Can don't think there's room.
He thinks there is.
Well, yeah. We look we look at things differently.
We do. We played the game in a different era.
So it looks like one where if you get through the hole, you can't miss the rock. That's the good news. They're going to play the in-turn that Benoit just threw.
I think he's playing the out.
I think Grant just put it down and say, whatever turn you like.
I think Bruce gestured the out when he went down.
He did when he left, for sure.
Or when he left, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you're right. Yeah, they changed it. So they're going to try and cross here for the blank.
Looks hard to stick with the intern, actually. You have to be really tight to that center guard.
Yeah. Final stone, Bruce Mouat. This is no easy blank.
Clean straight.
They just make these for fun, Langer.
Just hit it right there. Okay, done.
Yeah, no problem. Easy for me. Really good stuff there from Team Mouat. Couple zeros on the board. Schwaller leads 1-0.
Let me say it's best for me to feel at ease, to feel happy. Lovely weather with the breeze, the simplest things. Sad love.
Rio Mare. Great taste needs little. Prime quality tuna and selected olive oil. Rio Mare, the real taste of Italy.
On other end, where Team Mouat makes it look easy when it really isn't. Great thin double from Grant Hardy. Great blank from Bruce Mouat. So it is a couple zeros on the board. Schwaller leads 1-0 in this men's final of the AMJ Players Championship. John Cullen alongside Brent Lang, and pleased to be joined once again by two-time NBA champion Matt Bonner. Matt, you've been taking in the first two ends, and you called the game with us earlier today. You went on the ice this morning. You're basically a curling expert now.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, exactly. What did you make of the first two ends?
Some awesome shot making. We talked about it. The NBA is a make-or-miss league. Grand Slam of curling, make-or-miss league. And they're making the shots right now.
That sums it up.
Yeah, that's about sums it up right there for sure. And this looks like it's a little off the center line for Pablo Lechak-Couchepin, so we're going to see a tick here. I'm guessing this is a scoreboard play here, Langer.
I guess so. Maybe it's high, and they know there's going to be an odd end, but also it's high, so they know probably Schwaller's going to throw another guard. Maybe they don't want double centers.
Yeah, just chip it to second corner. It's going to go maybe a little further than they would have wanted, but.
So Matt, is curling as easy as you thought? Was that your first time on the ice?
First time ever.
And?
It was incredibly fun, but incredibly difficult.
It's different.
We talked about it in the first match. Like, the sweeping was a lot more intense physically than I realized it would be. And obviously gauging the distance over everything was really difficult.
But fun. Overall, it's a good time, right? And you can't get great at it right away, but everybody within a few minutes can at least figure out, okay, that one went too far. I should push it softer.
Exactly. It's the same thing as shooting in basketball. It's just constant recalibration.
Absolutely.
Haven't had a lot of Banana Boy action.
No, there's been no peels thus far, really. All the action's been in the house, all the doubles.
Look, there's a baby Banana Boy over there.
Yeah, that's Penny, Banana Girl.
Like at the supermarket, they have those little bananas?
Yes, exactly.
Does anyone buy those?
Chiquitas.
What do you use those for?
Must be baking.
Yeah, baking.
Banana bread, maybe?
Well, why can't you just use a regular banana?
That's a good question. I don't know.
First time we've been stumped all week, but you did it.
I've never bought one.
What are the
life.
mini bananas for?
We'd have to ask Google.
That's a great question. Maybe it's when you don't want your kid to have a full-size banana.
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure, what happened there, Hammy?
Yeah, that's well over-curled on Hammy McMillan, but it's a lot of shrapnel up front here. Matt, you got a good look at Team Mouat this week from the bench in the Battle of the Sexes. What did you notice about the boys getting sort of that ice-level access to them this week?
What you said, their demeanor. They're relaxed. They're out there. They're not overthinking anything. They're not overstressed. It's important. They stay in that relaxed flow state. Just do it.
They just do it. Yep.
So our research assistant has the answer for us, fellas.
Okay.
So little bananas, also known as baby bananas, ladyfinger bananas, or finger bananas, are versatile fruits used for a variety of purposes.
I won't be calling them a
They
finger
do eat
banana.
them fresh. You don't think so?
No, I don't. I know so.
Used in desserts and can be incorporated into both sweet and savory dishes. So I don't think.
And it does say like it's convenient for snacking. So it's kind of right. It is actually sort of if you want.
Who can't finish a banana?
Well, I'm talking like kids. I don't know.
Smaller packaging.
I love it when my kids can't finish their food because then I get to.
That's a good point.
This end's getting away all of a sudden on Team Mouat. That's
no kidding.
2 misses in a row.
They need our coaching, John.
I know, that's what it is. They got Michael Goodfellow back there, and I don't think he brings the same vibe as you and I.
Does he have a whiteboard even? Like, is he even trying?
I don't think he has. I assume, Matt, you asked him if he wanted the basketball clipboard for the rest of the week. Did he turn you down or what?
Yeah, he did. I don't know. I had a can't lose play drawn up on there, remember?
No, literally can't lose, yeah. I loved the play you drew.
Does he have Swedish candies? I don't think so.
He's got nothing.
So one already buried on the button. Could come around again, but probably worried about that run back double. So if they are coming around, probably don't want to go any deeper than top 12. Other shot is a high guard, which looks to be what they've decided on.
It's like a wall of defense.
Yeah, there's a lot going on up top here.
Need to start cleaning some stuff up here.
Yes, they do. 5 guards up.
2 reds.
couple of shots, the other double peel, which is easier, but opens up some of the yellow. Okay?
That would be good. There is a spot you can hit this one where the second red one you hit goes into the other side red one and maybe spins into the house. That'd be pretty fortunate, but need to open up the center, that's for sure.
Okay, so I'm turn here low. Yep, you'd almost get that close. Okay, cool.
Brucey sees it. Nothing gets by these guys.
Nope.
Probably not.
Bruce. So the top two doubles should be fairly easy. It's just, oh,
lucky.
Wow. I don't think that's what they were trying.
That was not what they were trying, and that was a millimeter away from a complete disaster.
Yeah, it was very close to not good.
The Banana Boys brought horns in. See that?
Yeah, they've had the Vuvuzelas here this week.
The what? The what?
Vuvuzelas.
Oh, of course. What's that?
Yeah, like the long horn. Remember in South Africa World Cup in 2010? It was like they almost were going to ban them from the stadium because they literally just blow them all.
Are they trolling the Swiss team with those?
They might be. Yeah,
like the Ricola?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. They got to get an extra long one in here. Maybe have it down into the bench area there. That would probably work out well. So this is a come around everything here for Yannick Schwaller. That broom is pretty much off the sheet here. So they're expecting this one to move.
Most of the week, all of the week actually, the wider you go, the harder it comes back. It's almost like it's going up a hill, then back down a hill. This one looks like it's out there, though.
It does, yeah. Sven Mikkel just hanging onto the sheet for dear life there for a second.
And it's getting tight.
Got to get by. They do. Wow. Great sweep from Le Chat Couchepin. And a very nice shot from Yannick Schwaller. Both teams came to play here today, boys.
It's the finals, baby. They didn't get here by accident.
No, that's no doubt about
Hardware is on the line.
Yeah, no question.
You'll then have the in turn through the hole.
Do you ever switch to offense here? You could throw the out-turn draw and kind of beat them there. Yeah, that's what Bruce is looking at.
Very straight this side. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look easy to clean up. You could make...
Try and run the middle red and get either yellow.
Yeah, that would be a good call. Run the high red one through the hole onto the one in the house. And if you just miss it, it'll probably tick that other yellow. You'll get a double peel and open up that whole side of the sheet. So see what Grant's got here for us. I think it's possible he could stick it if he hits it exactly perfect. Good heads-up call. They were playing it thick way, but that opens up, as you can see, the whole left-hand side of the sheet, and it's only in the top 8 foot now, which is not extremely scary, and all the guards are high, so if you guard here, I think he's drawn, so I'm not sure I would recommend this.
Why is that?
Well, if you throw a guard, say, on the AMJ logo, because yours is only top 8, I think Bruce is going to go out-turn draw to the top 4 foot, and you've just guarded your access to that rock, and he has both sides now for the draw for 2. Before he didn't, so it would have been, like, Bruce almost drew on the last one, which tells me he's ready to switch gears. The defense isn't working.
And you're running out of time, too, at this point.
Only 3 stones left. So I think it's heavy.
It looks heavy from up here in the booth, that's for sure.
Hammy's saying you got a double here, Grant, but I don't know. That thing's curling. There is a double. Right on the nose.
Yep. No doubt about it.
Key is making the double. If you make the double, your shooter will stay in a really good spot, too.
No trouble there for Grant Hardy. Just like that, makes the double peel, leaves a red center guard.
The Blue Jays hat, does he wear, like if he was in Vancouver, is he wearing a Canucks
That's a
hat?
valid question.
It's a good question. I don't
PR
believe so.
ploy?
This is the first time I think I've ever really seen Yannick wear a hat. I feel like he's
got a wonderful flow.
He does. It's got a great salad. Yeah, it's
I
a
like
little
the color
surprising.
block.
Yeah,
alternative.
It's a nice hat for sure. I can't ever commit to buying a white hat because it won't be white in very quick order. Yeah, it's a great look. Fits their jerseys really well.
That's why I stay away from white linen pants.
Yeah.
It'd normally be my look.
Yeah, you look great in white linen pants, actually. I think just white pants in general for you. I think if you're a tall guy with long legs, you want to show those things off.
That's exactly.
No better way than white pants.
This is way overburied and really in a perfect spot, but a chance for Bruce now with where that shooter state of Grant's. If he throws like a board weight, hair high on the first one, he's going to run it back into the yellow and stay buried. And then Benoit's going to have to draw around it again probably, or make the double.
So another runner here for Bruce Mouat.
Rubbing it for luck.
That's why we do it.
Whatever it takes.
Yep. I've never heard anyone say that. I've seen curlers clean their rocks for 20 years. I've never heard anyone refer to it as rubbing it for luck, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Playing a soft weight here to hopefully manipulate it with the brooms. Hammy's got to go to work here though.
Yeah, I've been on it pretty much out of the hand. Oh, you almost never see Bruce miss those. This is all of a sudden turning into a potential steal here for Team Schwaller.
If Figardi's going to try the slash double, you gotta lie to here. It's a very makeable. It's the exact same draw you just threw.
I agree.
If you could, you'd tap it right to the button. And Bruce will have to make a draw to the side of the pin for one, so uncharacteristic end for Team Mouat, but on the flip side, Team Schwaller's made really every shot.
Yes, they have put a lot of pressure on Team Mouat. It all started with Hammy's early miss, and they have never really recovered since then.
Can't leave this open for a double for the blank. Dangerously close to doing that, but I think they're going to get enough curl. That is serious sweeping. No double there.
Great sweep from Lachak Kushpan and Mikel.
Need a bullseye here. Got to put it right on the button. How many times did you hit the button today in your practice? One time?
One time.
That's pretty good.
1 for 6.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Bruce needs to be 1 for 1 right now.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't. You won't get 5 more tries if he doesn't make this, and it's not a big scoring area either. If you slide even 3 feet deep, you're giving up a steal of 2, and if you over curl, you're giving up a steal of 2. So this is no picnic here for Bruce Mouat. Final stone in the third end. Needs button for 1.
Oh, you Hammy, line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
Hammy McMillan has been on this pretty much since the second Bruce let it go.
Not curling it a lot yet. Weight's good. 14-6. If you can, Bob. Line's good. Get it right. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Wade is coming off this. Lammy trying to get it there. And that will come up short.
Wow.
Hemi was on it all the way down. It seems like he needed to be for weight, but then it never really got back online. And so that's a steal of 1 for Yannick Schwaller. They lead 2-0. Well, we've talked about how good Bruce Mouat has been. Made a ton of great shots, but that third end, wheels kind of coming off a little bit. We saw quite a few misses from the whole team up and down the lineup, and Yannick Schwaller ends up with a steal of 1.
It's very uncharacteristic, and that is the wheels coming off for them. I mean, it wasn't the worst end I've seen this week, but probably the worst end I've seen from them this week. And a 2-0 hole they find themselves in, not insurmountable by any means, but need to get back on the precision train here and make a deuce here, get multiple score, and go into the break with a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, we often talk about flipping the hammer. That'll be a little harder now that Schwaller has that 2-point lead. Do you see them go a little bit aggressive here, Brent?
I think they'll probably throw 2 corners or throw 1 corner, and if Schwaller throws the guard, which they will, then he maybe goes straight around the corner if it's tight enough.
We'll see what happens. Benoit, yes, indicating that it will be the guard. Matt, you've worked with Bruce Mouat's team. What would you be saying here after that unfortunate third end?
Just relax. Again, like I always say, 48-minute game. There's time. Lock in. You got this.
Love it. Simple. Sometimes a simple message is the best. We'll see if they can do that here.
1 shot at a time.
1 shot at a time, baby. Yep. That's very true. It's true of most sports, but especially of curling. The shots take a long time to happen, so it does kind of go very much 1 at a time.
In basketball, we say 1 day at a time.
Yes. A lot more shots in a basketball game.
Yeah, it's a long season.
It's tough.
1 day at a time.
Yeah.
Pound the rock.
Yeah.
That was Coach Pop's mantra in the whole season process. Pound the rock.
Pound the rock. Oh, that's very apropos for curling.
He has it written in like every language on earth, all over the practice facility, in the arena.
Pound the rock.
Jacob Reese, famous quote.
Okay. And what does pound the rock mean when you say that?
Basically, when I'm most frustrated, when all else fails, I look at a stone cutter pounding the rock with his hammer 100 times without so much as a crack to show for it. Right. And on the 101st blow, it splits in 2. And I know it wasn't that single blow, but the 100 that came before.
Wow.
I'm sure I didn't get that exactly right, but that's the gist.
That's very
right
philosophical for our booth.
So that's what he would say, like, keep pounding the rock, keep pounding the rock. We'd have games like this, like Mouat starting out slow. Maybe things aren't going your way. You miss a couple shots, but there's still, 5 more ends left. Keep pounding the rock. Stick to your process, 1 shot at a time. Get yourself back into it. And then another one he would always say is participate in your own rescue. You can't feel sorry for yourself.
That one.
That's good, yeah.
You can't feel sorry for yourself.
Right now. I'm going to text McEwen right now.
Participate in your own rescue. That's nice. I like that. So sorry, we cut you off so you don't feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's most of it. Like,
right.
Don't point the finger. Don't make excuses. Don't feel sorry for yourself.
Right. Don't wait for someone else to help you.
Yep.
Help yourself.
Exactly.
That's good. Participate in your own rescue.
So
Those were the two big ones if we were down early.
I anticipate participating in Colton Flash's rescue in Nashville.
Yeah, literally though.
Yes.
You might be the guy.
I don't drink, so I'm very much anticipating that might be possible.
Go get a bunch of baby bananas.
Yeah, that's what they're for. They're for people who maybe can't digest anything else. They need just the smallest dose of banana possible.
Not gonna squeeze this one into the rings, I don't think, although close.
No. Yeah, I don't think so. We have a pretty good angle on it here from the booth. I don't think that got it done.
So Yannick doesn't want to leave this second shot rock buried. Gonna play the runner and roll to the center. Sounds close.
Ooh, just missing is Sven Mikkel, but rolls to a center guard, so not a bad result.
Looking to chase this one that's dead buried. This is becoming the calling card of Team Mouat, how good they are at these shots. Even if you don't kill it, though, bump it out from behind these two center guards and save your shooter. And lots of chances left still in front end stones here. We do have an exciting fourth end break coming up, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
You don't know? You're not in the know. You always know way more than me.
I don't think that's true.
It involves full-size, even life-size bananas.
Okay.
And empty kegs of beer.
Oh, okay.
And a draw to the button.
Ah,
so I believe we are going to bring that to the great folks who support our stream.
Love that. Okay. I wasn't sure. I had heard that keg curling was maybe happening, but I didn't know that it was going to be the Banana Boys involved, and I didn't know it was happening at fourth end break here. So
Prize packs. It's real.
Will the keg curl like the rock?
I don't think so. No.
I think I
saw them practicing with it, and it wasn't
down quickly.
They were trying to put a turn on it, but I don't think that was making a whole lot of difference.
Do helmets fit over the top of a banana? And should they have helmets on?
It's probably a good question to ask.
Beer helmets.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be ideal. Great shot there by Bobby. Doesn't quite move it far enough to lie two, though, but most importantly, opens up the come around the middle if they so choose and saves the shooter. Expensive hit and roll out there. That's an unforced error. I was going to say that's uncalled for, but he didn't do it on purpose.
How dare you?
The nerve.
Yeah, the nerve. Schwaller is shot here.
It's not a great draw around the middle because, as Bruce said, there's from somewhere from a quarter to a half rock double if you do.
12 seconds. If it hangs or curls, then we can split. Yeah, 12 seconds is close. 12-5.
So trying to make a very soft kind of run back here or tap freeze where if it over curls, they could split it and not kill both. So a smart weight choice here, but a very difficult shot.
12-5. Yep. Slow. Top. Slow. Hairline. Yep.
Scared money don't make money.
That's a good one, too.
Great
You're
point.
just full of them. You can write a
this
book.
guy's got mantras up and down. Trying to tap it to freeze. That's pretty good. Now it's shot here. There is a double.
Yeah. Very good. Ja, ik zie. Nul skeur, arcade naar turten. Ja, das ist schon noch lang näher, aber das ist so, ja. Okay.
So originally looked at the double, looked at the draw around the center, which you could. It's a little bit risky to leave two red ones, but you know that's where Bruce is going. If you make this double, he's, I wouldn't say 100%. I guess he could play the double back and roll, but I think he's probably going to draw.
At this level, how much is game planned when it comes to strategy and how much is reading and reacting?
You game plan kind of how you want to play each end to start, and then there's so many different permutations based on how they're made, where they stop, what the other team does. So teams know how they want to play with the hammer and without, and how they want to start ends. And then from there, it's, adjust on the fly.
So they did go with the double, just
perfect.
Shading it out. Wow. Great last-minute sweep from Le Chat Couchepin, Sven Mikkel, and Yannick Schwaller just gets that out. And to your point, Langer, Bruce wasting no time here calling the draw.
Yannick thought he missed it.
I thought he missed it.
We were all wrong.
I thought he made it.
Okay, Matt was right. I could tell.
I knew the whole time.
Well, this one full 4-foot, fully buried, and probably see a run back on one of those center guards for Benoit on his first. Probably going to need to make 2 of them, though, back to back.
Low bearing. Line's really good. Line's good. Get the weight right. It's good. Real nice. Okay. Still you, Bob.
Sweepers like the weight. Line looks pretty good, too.
I'd take this one farther, get some separation from that guard.
Yeah, they wanted to bite 4-foot. It'll come up a little shy of that, right on the Grand Slam of Curling logo.
Even mit dem Outturn, das ist ziemlich gerade.
Outturn run back.
Nein, Outturn finde ich sehr gut. Wir können auch viel kürzer übrigens, dann können wir es ein bisschen steuern. Spielen wir 9, oder? Ja. Ja, Claudine. Meinst du, es braucht... Ich habe das Gefühl, es fährt mehr als Mitte und das ist schon close. Alles gut. Ja, gefällt mir.
So run back for Benoit here.
Basically right on the nose. Would love to stick this.
First rock for Benoit Schwartz van Berkel. Sven Mikkel trying to hold this. Oh no. Such a well-played end for Team Schwaller, but that's a tough miss there for Benoit. Maybe just got it a little bit tight. Sven Mikkel was on it pretty much out of the hand, and now this is looking like a 2.
At least ticked it into a spot where they can't really leave it there, because if you play the draw, you're either going to leave a double or a hit and roll behind the guard for shot for Benoit. So trying in the split. Good news is it's very similar to the shot that Grant already played, so they know the spot. Better news is Bruce Mouat's thrown it.
That's great news.
They've been fooled a little light on a couple draws, though. I mean, that's only a rock difference, but that's normally they put it right in the right place. Just wants to throw enough. You got to throw this hard enough that you could tap it back to frozen would be ideal and roll buried. And 3's not out of the question.
Tray ball?
Tray ball. Could be.
Matt loves the tray. He invented tray for a three-pointer.
Might not be hard enough here. Need a little bit more speed than that.
Yeah, speed does look like it's really coming off. Nice camera angle there. That's pretty good, I think. Yeah.
Should do the trick. I don't see a real easy. There's no double. And I think they're edge on edge, so he can't risk. Well, every time I say they can't, they do. So I don't think he should risk trying to roll low with like peel or anything. But they might. If you hit this one, Benoit, I'll kill you. We got to hit this back one.
You don't think they practice this?
Well, they practice everything.
Yeah.
But this one just, I don't think the angles are quite right. If that curled another inch, then you would see him try and hit and roll off the back one, but there's not really any air. So I think he's just going to throw it nice and hard,
get rid of it and give up 2.
Yeah, and if he gets super lucky and gets by real tight, maybe roll low by accident.
He won't be getting by real tight.
Oh, we got by real tight on the yellow one.
On the yellow, yeah.
That one shouldn't have really been in play, but we're going to have a tie ball game heading into the keg toss.
Yeah, this is exactly what Bruce Mouat was looking for here. Draw for 2, just needs to hit 8 foot. So here we go, final stone of the first half of the game. Bruce Mouat drawing for 2.
Sticking with the same path. It's another variable in curling, Matt, is if you play on one side of the sheet for a whole end and the other one sits, the speed changes, so the feel changes. You basketball players, a basketball net's always in the same place.
That's right. Like in
Easy.
Hoosiers.
Easy game.
In Hoosiers when they go and measure the hoops.
Yeah, right? Here come the bananas. I think we're going to stick around to cover this if my scouting report is correct.
Oh, like I have to talk?
Well, you don't have to. I mean, we can make it awkward and just sit here.
Well, we'll take a short break and we will come back with the keg curling after this.
This Masters finish is going to be epic.
Turn your attention to sheet D. Just over a decade ago, we saw mixed doubles enter the curling world, a new version of our sport. We're going to bring a new one. We want to introduce you to keg curling. And we thought nobody better to be our guinea pigs, our first time trying it here at the Grand Slam of curling. Let's give it up for the bananas. All right, Curtis, you're up.
All right, the bananas are here with Robbie Doherty. We are going to be playing some keg curling here. It's over on sheet D, just beside the championship sheet. Looks like we've got Robin Bryden and Colton Flash out to help sweep.
I don't think sweeping does anything with a keg.
I'm going to guess it doesn't, and I'm also going to guess that Colton Flash maybe shouldn't be out on ice right now.
Look at that thing slide. I thought that was not going to slide well. That is a winner.
That's
First
a
shot.
really good throw.
There's big prizes on the line, big prize packs from the curling group here, I understand. There might be a surprise for these guys they don't know about. We'll tell you at the end, though.
Here comes the official Reed Carruthers. Took maybe an eyeball measurement of this. This is Brady the banana, I believe. Oh, sweepers are saying this is heavy. They're saying it's heavy.
Watch.
This is close, though. Oh, sweepers were lying.
Get it there.
I think.
Oh, they choked. Flash, come on.
That's Colton Flash's fault. Not nearly as good, though, so Reed Carruthers going to say that's no good.
Second banana.
Yep, second banana.
That's second
Absolutely.
banana right now. Ooh, that's
Look at you put the
light.
spin on it.
Really set that one.
That's light. Yep. That got popped.
There it's curling.
That looked like John Cullen in his prime letting it go. That was a real pop. So that comes well short of the house.
Now we got the hammer. Only one more left, right?
Yeah.
They only brought 4 bananas. What about the rest of the banana family? That's kind of rude.
This is Matt. I had a good chat with him in the bar this week. He is actually a curler, so I feel like he might be. Oh, that's light. Oh, that's way light. Oh, that's not even close, Matt.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
He wishes you didn't tell people he's done this before.
Yeah, that was. Sorry about that, Matt. Sorry to your family who are no doubt watching this. But that will be the first banana who got it the closest. Nick Sulsky is out there to.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody here. This has been an incredible week. Banana Crunch, you guys brought an incredible energy to this event. Can't thank you enough. It's just the beginning. You guys have started a movement. The Banana Republic is here, and on behalf of
The Banana Republic, that's good.
the slams and the curling group, we want to invite you guys all full event pass to London, our very first slam.
They got a peeled costume. Okay,
Wow,
that's a new invention.
Upping their game.
Wow, Brady with the full peel costume, and I guess it sounds like, Brent, we will see the Banana Republic in London at the first slam of the year next year. So
when you peel it, it looks like a toilet seat too, which is just kind of extra funny.
It is extra funny, yes.
That's nice of them to pay for him to go all the way to London.
Right on, right?
Yeah, exactly. All expenses paid trip.
Oh, Ontario.
Yeah, it might be London, Ontario. Stay tuned, though.
Yeah, stay tuned.
We're going international.
When I saw the slam schedule get released, I thought to myself, London. Okay, I knew we were going international. Didn't think we were going to the UK right away, but yeah, then I received the disappointing news. Oh, that just spins onto the center line.
You just made a ton of enemies in London, Ontario.
That's fine. They know where to find me.
No, they don't, but I can tell them.
I'll be in the broadcast booth.
Yeah. London, and we go international for the first time, Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe, looking forward to the GSOC Tahoe at the Blue Event Center. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. We're also going to be in Saskatoon, going to be in Steinbeck, Manitoba, and Nisku, Alberta. So it's going to be a great time. On the slams next year. Tickets for all the slams next year, by the way, available right now, gsoctickets.com. As we welcome you back into the Mattamy Athletic Center. It is the men's final of the AMJ Players Championship. Bruce Mouat, Yannick Schwaller locked in a battle here. A big 2 for Bruce Mouat right before the fourth end break. John Cullen alongside Brent Lang and Matt Bonner bringing you this one.
Got a barn burner.
We do have a barn burner, yes.
I think Schwaller should be pretty happy with the first half of the game, starting with the hammer. Not that they've built a lead or anything, but weathered a little bit of a storm and really put more pressure on Team Mouat than they've received. So first half of the game, if we're going to the judges, which thank goodness curling doesn't have that, we got to give the nod to Team Schwaller. Shot of the day, though, so far was Bruce in the first end.
Yeah, unbelievable shot in the first end
Game
for Bruce.
saver in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, they came ready to play. Schwaller has been right there with them all afternoon, as you said, Brent. It's been a heavyweight tilt here. We'll see how it goes in this second half. Schwaller would love to get the 2 back here. That's a pretty country, and that country is not Canada. Bruce Mouat would win 4, and Ross White would have won the other one. So it'd be all 5 slams
back to the
homeland.
This is another
all over
Bob.
the guard. That's not close.
That's also not okay, but I like the positivity. I'll stick with you,
two
Matt.
corner
Positivity.
guards, Brent.
Yeah.
2 corner guards. Yeah, no, those. Oh, yeah, right. They don't have the hammer. 2 corner guards is actually real bad. What's in my mind, I thought Mouat still had hammer, and I was like, well, that's not so bad. But no. Not good. Not good.
Ja, is goed. Full 8 is besser. Ja. Is dat heel, oder? Wahrscheinlich, ja. Gaat zo.
Going around the corner, leaving the middle. That middle yellow probably jams most of the time.
I think that's what they're thinking, yep.
Ja, ich glaube, es ist zu schnell. Ah, c'est vor der 4. Okay. Also, vor der 4 ist tief. Ja, ich mach's. Weiter tief? Ja, aber wie sieht das? Either or. Curl. Anyway, curl. Immer curl. So hinten, ha?
They mix in some English too, eh? They got all sorts
they
of
got
languages on the go.
all three, yeah. We talked about this earlier in the week, but Benoit and Pablo's preferred language is French.
That makes sense. Benoit and Pablo, I could guess that.
Exactly. Yeah, you probably weren't figuring that Le Chat Couche-Pain was German. And then Sven and Yannick prefer German, and sometimes even when they're sweeping, if Pablo's the inside guy, they'll speak French to him, and if Sven's the outside guy, they'll speak German to him. And then you do get some English in there too. So.
Just make sure it sticks.
Wow. And the coach, Glenn, speaks nothing but English.
Oh, yeah, and even then.
It's questionable.
Yep.
This is trouble. Need to get something buried out counting that side yellow one that they just threw here for Bob. I think they're trying to hit and roll behind the red guard. Just let the back one jam. The reds will move, and then you'll have an open double on the back two then too, I think is what they're thinking.
So it does jam, but it rolls the red right on top of the yellow. That's not bad. Schwaller is lying one, though.
Need to curl a little bit. Didn't want it to roll right behind the corner guard, I wouldn't think. Now if they lock one on the corner here, there's a double on those back yellows, but this one's going to be the second point for Schwaller a lot of times. But needs to be made. There's no gimmies in curling.
I was going to ask that, what the equivalent of a layup is in curling.
An open hit, like a shot to win where you just got to make contact, or a draw to the rings. That would be, one you're going to make all the time, but every now and again you don't.
Unless you're Philip
Husley. That was a crazy one. But that's the only time this year we've seen that.
Yes, truly this year, yeah. Don't mean to pick on him. Good guy, Phil.
Good shot there, Sven.
Yeah, very good from Sven Mikkel.
It becomes a teaching moment for all the young curlers. Don't take any shot for granted.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Or granite.
Wow.
That's a dad joke.
That's good, and it's a good
That's
one.
why I'm laughing.
It's a good one. Yeah, you guys are both dads. I didn't understand it, but.
Well, you see, because
I'm going to need paper and pen here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can they chase that? They know that they can't really leave it there and get out of this end, so do they run the corner guard? That's confidence.
That is a lot of confidence for sure. That's scary.
Need to play that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Do we need to also just do this?
call this an X-File shot.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to believe.
Okay, just a fraction high.
Okay, go ahead.
Well,
okay with us?
I knew it was going somewhere, so I figured we might as well get there as quickly as possible.
I'll explain this one to you. The poster that Fox Mulder had, I want to believe, with the UFO.
Yeah, I got it.
You got to want to believe this.
Yeah.
He is taking on the angle raise. There's 3 yellows in the rings.
Could you get them all?
I think you don't get the back one, but you'd lie 2 spread out all across, and there'd be no corner guard on this side anymore.
Come on, do it for Scully.
Do it for Scully and all of Scotland.
True. Big shot here, Grant Hardy. Schwaller lying a pair.
Sounds perfect.
Ooh.
Oh, unbelievable.
Just through the hole. We wanted to believe, but we can't.
That was all kinds of good.
I like the effort.
Oh, great effort. Yeah, very close. Just got really unlucky to poke it through that hole.
Also sie liegen zweimal besser. Links und rechts wie dahin. Okay, er ist auf der T-Line. Das heisst, sie haben eine Rolle. Sie sind sich noch der Rolle überlegen, rechts. Ja, also da bist du auf T einfach, ja. Ja, aber es ist schon noch gut. Kannst Edge on Edge rollen. Ja.
Could hit and roll, they're saying. Keep that back yellow one alive, potentially. If they draw, the 2 points are going to be in the 8-footer, the 3 points, depending how they get there. But they've just created their own language, more or less.
Yeah, it's
Furman English or something.
Remember that Adam Sandler movie, Spanglish?
Yeah.
Should make a sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
These
Whatever
guys.
this is.
Yes, exactly.
So switch to the hit and roll.
Germ Franglish.
Needs to roll. Can't hit this high side, but I guess he can. Then they'll make the double on the yellows. You're still going to get set up for a deuce, so I think this is a good call.
So just nothing on Germ Franglish, eh, guys?
Oh, we've adopted it.
I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good.
Sounds like the next pandemic.
Good shot. Rolls a piece buried, I believe.
Yeah, I think just a piece. Hit and roll would be available for Grant Hardy here as well.
Gotta have it.
Yeah, certainly.
Maybe you can see, oh, there is room.
Yeah, you can definitely get inside this. They wanted to roll that one a little more, and all of a sudden Christopher Sva is on the bench for some reason.
Just to add some atmosphere and personality.
Just to hang out. He went out for the keg curling and then hasn't left.
Lean. Curl 2. Lean. Curl. Curl. Lean. Curl. Straight. Hard. Whoa. Make sure the yellow. Straight. Whoa. Hard roll.
Just perfect speed control on those.
Pretty good, yeah. Just through the house.
Grant never even looks impressed with himself.
No. It's routine.
It didn't quite get shot. But still a really good spot to be.
I respect it.
Right?
Just the no
No
selly.
flashy.
Yeah, like guys in the NBA now, every time they shoot a 3, it's like this whole thing, shooting the bow and arrow. They got the ice in the vein thing.
Yeah. They got their finishing moves for
Ja Morant has
jump shot.
a selection of weapons that he mimes shooting.
You got to respect the curling gods.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's wise advice.
Did you have a go-to,
nasty.
Selly, when you dropped a 3? Like a
I would
crucial
get
3?
subbed out in 1 second by Coach Pop if I tried to do
Pop
something
wasn't
like that.
really into that kind of stuff,
No. Okay.
I think he's changed with the times.
Right, but back in those days, you didn't.
Gen Z changed the game,
Yeah, sure.
So pinpoint draw from Yannick Schwaller. Needs to lie 2. Would be great if it was on the corner of that red one. Then I guess Bruce would play the run back double or something crazy.
I'd imagine something like that, yep.
Looks like he really doesn't want to give up a deuce here.
This is heavy.
Can't leave a double here.
Yeah, that was not the time for that miss.
That's not okay.
No, it is not.
Matt, that's really not okay.
No, this is about to lie 3 incoming for Team Mouat.
Third, so it's in there a bit, but also doesn't have to whip it if he doesn't want to. Only has to move it out of the 8-foot.
You want to try and spin up a touch?
I know we're going to make this, so do you want to spin up a touch
Yeah,
too?
is that better if we do that, or?
I don't think it really matters.
Does curl a touch here, doesn't it?
Yeah, still like. I think that's good for 9.95.
Okay.
So he needs to get reasonably close to the guard, but anything probably a quarter or all the way to a third would make the double.
First rock for Bruce Mouat in the 5th end. We are all tied up. Men's final.
I'm holding my breath.
Off. 9.5. Off. Clean. Straight. 9.5.
Whoa. Curl. Curl. Clean.
Just clean. Just clean it in.
Nailed it.
Just clean it in there.
Nailed it.
Video game level.
Yeah, very good from Bruce. They just really do punish all your mistakes. And it's too bad for Team Schwaller because this was really looking like a multiple score for them for most of this end. And you don't get too many opportunities against Bruce either, so that's the unfortunate part.
Es ist die genau gleiche Linie wie ich habe. Ja, einfach weniger Eis geben, dann kommt es gut. Also wenn ich weniger Eis gebe und wir die Länge haben, sind wir third. Ja, vorhin sind wir aber an ihm vorbei.
You definitely have to be second shot if you're going to play this. I like this call though, John. Try and get one where he can't take it out, and then the scoring area is all going to be in the 4-foot, and Bruce can't just guard that. There's a double off the wide one, so he'd have to make a really good draw somewhere. See if Benoit can show Yannick how to make this thing.
Eigentlich vor 4, vor 8. Minuit. Knapp.
Gotta get it there.
Vor 8. Linie in de Chance. Lang ist gut. Linie in de Chance. Lang ist gut.
Got to get this on the corner. Pablo and Sven leaning on it. I don't know if this has the weight.
I don't know if it has the line. He's saying line's perfect, but it's short.
Oh, boy.
Pablo wears his heart on his sleeve, eh?
Yeah, oh, big time, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to look too far to know whether they made it or not. You just take a quick peek at Pablo, and you'll get a pretty good idea.
His broom looks really heavy right now.
Yeah. And he's pretty strong, so
Yeah.
if his broom is looking heavy, that's not a good sign.
So where do they go to make it as hard as possible for Benoit to score? Can't come into the top 4 foot in front of the back 4 foot because there would be a triple. But that would only be for one because they didn't even get that in for third shot, did they? That's a big difference too. So they can come right in there, and he might have to make a triple for one.
So I think you can slip there. I think so.
Yeah, this is really, really whipped around. Didn't take too long. Matt, I know we were in the women's final talking about momentum swings. This is a big one within this end. As I said just a moment ago, Yannick Schwaller looking like they were going to score a couple, and now they're going to be shooting against a bundle to try and keep their hopes alive.
And the great ones smell blood. Go for the jugular.
Yeah, no question about it.
In any sport.
Slightly higher line, but you're good line. Line's good.
Leave a room. Room. Too much.
When you can, Bob. When you can, Bob.
Top it.
Bob, when you can.
Carve. Fully.
Carve.
Trying to get it to finish up and get in front of that back one a little more.
Yeah, a little light from Bruce, and didn't quite curl enough. So I do think there will be an open hit for one here for Benoit, or a draw if he is so inclined.
Chase got to be easier, I would think.
I would think so too. I'm just presenting all the options. And indeed, Chase is appearing to be the call here for Schwartz van Berkel.
Ritza's also 20 on his crew. Ritza. Yeah.
Probably a heavy hack or something makes some sense. I mean, the hole's plenty wide enough. It might be edge on edge with that one Bruce just threw. He had it on the right line. He, like you said, he was just probably 3 or 4 feet light. If they didn't have to drill it so much for speed, it would have been able to curl a bit more.
Final stone of the 5th end. Team Schwaller looking for one here. And this seems to be pretty much perfect, and Pablo Le Chat Couchepin will guide it in. So it is one for Team Schwaller. They lead 3-2, but Bruce Mouat will have the hammer in the all-important 6th. Don't go anywhere.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
So guys, question for you. Drake is the global ambassador of the Toronto Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
Is Great Big C the global ambassadors of Grand Slam of Curling? I swear. Or is it just the DJs?
Alan Doyle is.
Is it the in-arena DJs' preferred music?
They're East Coast. Our DJ happens to be from the East Coast.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if Gajou had a deal. Like, listen, only Newfie music.
There's a song they play for him all the time, and it drives the other players nuts.
Heave Away.
Yeah, that's
Heave
the
Away.
one. Yeah.
Me Jolly Boys.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That is the one. They do like to play it. They played it before every draw in St. John's, and that's...
Well, that's fair. That's
sliding
hometown
a little deep for Pablo de Chacuspin. Well, yeah, but played it every draw here, too, so that's...
And it's at the Briars everywhere, and it's just kind of become curling song.
Yeah,
I guess Brad's kind of owned curling for a bit in Canada, but...
Yeah, why not?
He looks like he might be ready to give it back. No?
Well,
I didn't say no. I just laughed.
You were telling me that most curlers around 40, right?
Was I saying that?
Someone was telling me that.
I don't think it was me.
What's
there
that?
are still some really good curlers above the age of 40.
I'm not saying there isn't.
No, but yes.
But in general, that's like...
Yeah, I think especially for
sure.
sweepers, you know, once you kind of get to that age, it becomes very grueling, and it's tough to be a front-end player in your 40s. There are some exceptions and some really good ones, but...
Yeah, I mean, they're probably...
Like this guy over here was... winning world championships into his 40s.
Genetic freak over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it was all genetics. Look at me.
He was looking... Brad's going to be looking at LeBron James at the age of 40 doing what he's doing and being like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going.
Brad's 46, so he's... or 45.
He can't be 46. I'm 46, 47 in December, and he's, I think... born in 80 and I'm 78, I think.
So he's 45.
Yeah. And skips can go
longer.
If they take care of themselves, he's still in really good shape. I mean, he's got some nagging injuries, but front enders like Ben Hebert's 42.
Yeah, and that's getting
pushing it, and he'll be the first to say it's getting hard. He's been doing it for 25 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super one-sided sport too.
It is. Yeah.
I'm all about do it as long as you can, because once you retire, that's a wrap.
It's hard to come back. Yeah.
I mean, you're not getting these days back.
Don't remind me, Matt. Sure. I'm going to cry on our stream
I
here.
know, me too.
Top 4.
Yeah, no question. You were done, though. I mean, you were ready.
Yeah, well, nobody wanted to play with me, so I decided.
That's what happened to me, too. I was ready.
The game decided. The game decided you were ready.
So what made you retire? Well, nobody would curl with me anymore. And
no teams wanted me. I'm like, I guess I'm retiring.
The only way I got to keep going is because I married a curler, and she can't say no to playing mixed doubles.
That's true.
But now she's pretending like she doesn't want to play anymore, which is total bullshit. I know it.
Yeah, you guys done with mixed doubles now?
I don't know. Right now, it's spring. It's golf season almost.
They don't have like a senior tour like the golf does?
Not yet, no.
Like you can play in seniors for play down, so they have like a senior
like towards
nationals.
a world championship.
Yeah, and there's a world championship for seniors, so I think you might see old Langer get a few offers once he gets to the 50.
I already get them, and I'm like, piss off. I'm
4 more years to go.
I'll be chasing Bella and Skylar around whatever they're doing, and Bella seems to like curling, so maybe we'll go watch
Definitely
her for a while.
seems to like curling. Yeah, made her commentary debut this weekend here at the Players Championship, and does that get out of the rings? Ooh, just I think stays on for Mouat.
Yeah.
It's in.
Okay. 11-5. Yeah.
That's a big difference. Those are the little. That's why, like you said, Matt, that's why you don't piss the curling gods off, because you need those to just hang on or just go out, and sometimes they go your way and sometimes they don't.
So just to hit and roll onto the rings here for Bruce Mouat. Love to score 2 here in this all-important 6th end. That's well controlled by Bobby Lammy.
You said that in the previous match. All-important 6th end.
Yeah.
That's just by virtue of the 8 ends. This is like the pivotal one.
Yeah, it seems to be, you know, if there's a couple of scenarios you're looking for. You want to be, I mean, you want to be up a million, but if you can be up 1 playing 7, even without the hammer, you're about a 60-40 favorite to win the game. If you can be up 2, it goes to probably 70-30, 75-25. So if you're tied with the hammer in 6, you make sure you score, and you're going to win that game more than you're going to lose. So they're down 1. If they can get a deuce here, they flip this game in their favor. Right now, oh gosh.
Uh-oh. Oh, that was lucky.
Roll it buried.
That was lucky.
Not sure what he's saying there.
I don't know. Pablo doesn't like it, though. I'll tell you that.
The other thing, Matt, is it's kind of a 2-on-1 hammer situation. Like you think, we have hammer in 6. 7, they'll get hammer if we score, and then if they score in 7, we'll get hammer in 8. So it's an advantage that way, and that's the even odds kind of thing. There is some math in curling, but thankfully it's very simple math.
Very simple, yeah. We deal in mostly zeros, ones, and twos, so it gets pretty easy.
This is getting pretty ugly, though, for Schwaller.
It is, yes. This is troublesome.
They need this to stay behind the guard, but Bruce isn't going to let that happen. So, do we hit our way out of this? Can we draw our way out of this? How do we get out of this if we're Team Schwaller? And it starts with probably hitting this one that's way off on its own. If you're trying to create doubles, you want to hit the one that's furthest out to the side. This one, there's a couple of chances to roll behind guards for shot. Try and get those red ones close together, and at the very least, get out of here by only giving up 2. So I don't know that he's worried about a double here. I think he's just hitting and rolling over that way. And 10.5, I think. Pretty good. You can see now if he chases through that hole, he can hit it in lie 3. But all of the reds at least are going to be on the same side. Almost made it perfectly buried, but if they roll this one behind the corner, it's almost time to go around the center if you're Schwaller, and that's not fun. Or you could hit the back one or freeze the back one. Grant needs to make this for Team Mouat, though. Huge opportunity here to take a stranglehold on this game.
Yeah, sometimes that can happen. The big letdown of that 5th end kind of leaks into the 6th end.
Momentum.
Ooh, did not get by that guard by much, and you got to get this yellow back.
It's got to go. Curling gods, that's got to go.
Wow, what a sweep from Bobby Lammy.
I think that's in, though.
It is. It's just as out counting that red one.
Didn't quite get behind the guard, so if just a little bit light as it turns out, because if he's a little bit harder, it curls a little less, kills the yellow, and rolls right behind that corner guard.
Very close. Idealverden som litt russekommet så This could roll is first big to get us to roll here. Stay under the center.
Chase available through the hole here for Yannick Schwaller. Sven Mikkel picking this up early. Oh, boy.
Oh, no, and rolls right in front of the double. What was more important there, the double or the roll? I would suggest that the roll was.
Certainly, yes. Oof. That's a shot they'll regret when they look at it later.
Same question here, though. Is it more important to roll in lie 2 and get one buried, or are you more important to make the double and leave the hit and roll for Benoit? I think you risk it, eh?
I think you risk it.
You have the runner.
You chase the double, yeah.
They've made the chase here once or twice.
I think so.
Yes.
Looking for the double here. This has got a curl, though. Oh, Grant Hardy drives it by, doesn't get the roll or the double. That's interesting.
Ich had lieber vorhin, ehrlich gesagt. 11? Ja. Sind wir halb 11? 11, so. Das habe ich gespielt, weißt du, für Blank. Ja, genau. Aber schnell, oder? Ja, klar. So?
Hit and roll right behind the center. Yannick just surveying the scene there, you could see as we changed pans there, but just in case it doesn't go to plan, where else can I roll this thing that would be good? Always important for the line caller in the house to know all of the options, just in case it's not thrown perfect.
Elf. Whoa. Close. Wheat. Whoa. Wheat. Whoa. Good.
Sounds very good.
Sounds real close. Got to get that roll behind. You can't be in the hole. Oh.
What?
Oh, it's not good.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they thinking it's good because of the potential jam? I mean, yeah, Bruce just rolls to the outside and might even get the double for fun here. Again, the roll would be more important, but...
Yeah, it was like they were playing that long roll, which is a much harder to call. I get trying to group the reds, but...
Half out here. Seen it at 11.5? Yeah, me too.
If he rolls...
Trying to make this too.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay, so they're not trying to make the double straight roll. You can't make both.
Yeah, no, you couldn't. I didn't know the angle was that steep.
And if you did overroll, you're going to set up a triple, so...
2 inches less than what you had there. Maybe even an inch less again. 11.5.
First stone for Bruce Mouat, trailing by 1 here in the 6th. But there's something brewing for the Scots here.
Whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Go. Hard.
Missed it a bit.
Yeah, it didn't quite roll far enough either. This roll has proven elusive for both these teams here, Brent.
Big sweeping error. You don't see that out of these guys very often, and not easy, but the double is definitely there. I think he got a little bit under the guard, but you can see it there.
Yeah, it's certainly there.
If you make it across the top, though, where's your shooter roll? It's going to roll to a double for 2. Yannick just, he heard me. But getting to the nose risks hitting the guard. And if you hit the guard, you're going to go up 4.
Risk reward.
Risk reward, baby. It's time to make one. This isn't a time to cower, that's for sure. It's 3-2, this Players' Championship final. It's time to make one. What's best? Let's pick that.
Yeah, exactly.
And nose is best. Nose double here. Looks like he's keeping the weight up pretty good. You could bring the sweepers in a little bit more, but Benoit wants the pressure on himself.
So here we go. Final stone, Benoit Schwartz. Does he have the double? Oh, you can't jam. Oh,
my, is that enough?
That is
Did he knock
so
the other one
unlucky. Yes, I think he did.
Who do the curling gods like more,
no.
Matt? That's the question.
Oh,
it's a tie.
No, that is so brutal. Made the shot perfectly, and it just ticks that yellow stone out of the rings. Oh, my. That is awful luck for Yannick Schwaller. Yeah, good look at the overhead there. Grant Hardy's taking a look, but I think this is pretty obvious, Brent. That's that red rock is closer.
From that camera angle, sometimes the overhead is not direct overhead, and it kind of skews things. But either way, a hit and measure or a hit and fire him in the corner, depending if Pablo gets there first.
Bruce Mouat, a shot for 2 and to take his first lead of this game.
Curl.
Cammy McMillan trying to carve this one over, and I think they will be just fine. So 1 at least, and Team Schwaller's going to stare at that one and hope it gets onto the rings, but I don't think that's going to do it. Okay, Benoit's saying measure for sure. I mean, oof, that is, that's brutal. Brutal luck.
Should be us in a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
That's Hammy Jr.
Okay, so yeah, our overhead isn't exactly perfect. This might be hard to measure too. Oh, does it clear the rock? That's okay, it does.
I would hope they made it the right size.
Well, yes, exactly, but that goes to show you that the rocks are kind of just in the house, is that the back of that micrometer just barely clears. Okay, so we get a look there. The red bending the stick to about a 30-degree angle. Oh, I think that's red. And indeed it is red. So I would think, based on that measure, Brent, that it was probably yellow until Benoit Schwartz. Van Berkel just moved it that little bit. And that will put 2 on the board for Bruce Mouat. What a huge score. Yannick Schwaller will have the hammer in 7.
Let me say what's best for me, to feel at ease, to feel happy. Lovely weather with the breeze, the simplest things. Sad love.
Rio Mare. Great taste needs little. Prime quality tuna and selected olive oil. Rio Mare, the real taste of Italy.
Hearing Life wants to give you a prize. Can you handle that? So I'll help you. So stand up, Ethan. There you go. And on 3, we're going to get the wave going, and we're going to go this way, okay? You ready, guys? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. That's almost a full lap. There we go. You know what? Keep it going, everybody. Keep it going. This is from our good friends at Hearing Life for you, Ethan. There's some goodies for you, something to take home. Hearing Life. Love your ears.
Well, Brent, that's probably one of the unluckier breaks we've seen all year for Team Schwaller. Made the shot perfect, but just shaded their own stone out of the rings. And so it is the crucial 2 for Team Mouat, and now for Schwaller, you just have to try to, I don't know, get your head back on right. Maybe you need Matt Bonner down there to give you some mantras, pound the rock here.
Next shot.
Yeah.
Next shot. Flush it.
Flush it. Yeah, it's going to be tough to do, that's for sure.
Advantage Mouat. They're only down 1, so they'd love a blank here. Most times they don't want to get forced to 1. Tied without the hammer coming home against Mouat is, that's not going to work out for you very often at all. But up 1 would be great, or down 1. Up 1 without the hammer would be good, and down 1. So if they get a deuce or a blank here, that's what they'd like. I don't think Mouat's they're going to go all out to not allow them to blank. So
yes.
I would be thinking, let's get after the deuce, and maybe we can get that. Maybe they make a mistake, and maybe we even snare them for a 3.
That's what we saw earlier today. Rachel Homan was down 3 and managed to get a 3 against Team Tiranzoni, so it's not impossible. The 7th end can prove to be a little tricky, and it's not as though Schwaller's played poorly in this game. They've been making enough shots that they could make this possible, as Hammy McMillan comes a little heavy on that one.
12.
So this will leave it open. Oh. This will leave it open for Pablo Lechat-Couchepin, make a hit and roll inside. And they love this play into the house here too, Brent, talking about trying to get a blank here.
Yeah, hitting to lie 2, only 1 center guard, so even if they did get something going, it's not hard to run that center guard back for them. So early advantage definitely to Team Schwaller. An uncharacteristic miss there from Hammy.
Nice shot there from Lechat-Couchepin. Schwaller lies 2.
Mouat, on the other hand, is thinking if we can force them to 1, this is real good. So maybe we just let them lie 2 for a while. We make a really good shot late and maybe get a sneaky force. In worst case, we give up 2 and we got the hammer coming home. And we've made 2 the last 2 times with the hammer. So we can do it one more time.
give a better chance rolling wide.
10-5, Bob.
Keeping it under is definitely better.
Yeah, me too.
Can't throw this line 2 ends ago.
Double incoming for Bobby Lammy.
12 under.
Okay, hit and roll under, changing the call.
Audible.
Yeah, calling the audible here.
Yep. Lead. High 11s. Lead. Lead.
Yeah.
12. Lead. Lead. Yep. Lead.
Close to 12.
Yep. Well, curl. 12 seconds.
Curl. Good, Bobby.
Nice throw.
And now here comes the double peel for Sven Mikkel, and if he makes it, I would think they'll be set up pretty good for the blank. Oh, looks like Sven got this one started. So that'll be a straight peel.
There we go. It's been a long wait.
Crowd loves it. Took us till the 7th end until we got a straight peel, but there it is for Sven Mikkel, although he won't love the cheers because they were hoping for the double there.
Keep guarding that red one, I guess.
I think that's all you can do for the moment.
Tight. Light's good. Airtight. Yep, light. Halfway. Hold the light. Hold the light.
Yeah, too
Light's okay now. Always hammy.
Wait's close.
And then eventually, Schwaller, it's a cat and mouse. Who's going to budge first? Does Schwaller switch to a draw, come around somewhere instead of continually peeling? There's a little angle there, so if you throw a rocket, you might be able to still get them both. Might get everything.
16-2.
Stone fell in, we're calling, to be fair.
Yeah, the fraction too far.
Yeah, they would certainly love to get everything going here for Sven Mikkel. And instead, he will miss everything. Just a straight peel again for Sven.
Banana's getting a lot of action.
Yeah, bananas are loving it.
Halfway.
Get through it.
Yeah, light to go.
On you go then. Line's good to go.
Hard line. Halfway at best.
So is there something different than Schwaller can do here? I mean,
All the way.
Oh, you have it.
don't want to be able, if they could ever chase this, that would, they'd run up to do that, but as long as this doesn't, that's good enough. There's no chase for sure.
No, definitely not. I think you play the same shot, or they're gesturing for maybe a timeout here.
See what Glenn Howard thinks. The problem with that double is it jams sometimes on the yellow one, and then you're not any better off.
Yeah.
There's not a great place to draw to, though, either.
Tons of time left on the clock for both teams, and they both have their 2 timeouts. We saw Rachel Homan throw earlier with 15 seconds left on the clock for her last one. I don't think we'll be in any sort of time crisis here.
Let's get crazy here. Let's throw a tight guard in front of the yellow, knowing that Bruce is going to throw the freeze, and then you're going to slash the yellow into the one behind the center and stick it there. And you're going to be shot with an in-turn draw for 2 potentially.
So they are going to call the timeout. Glenn Howard started coaching this team at the Worlds in Moose Jaw and is here in Toronto this week. So we'll see what he has to say. Wow, getting applause from the crowd. They love to see the old vet out here.
He's had some success in this building over the years.
Not quite the cheers Matt Bonner got when he came out for the timeout at the Battle of the Sexes.
They're like, who's that?
Yeah. That's the only thing, and then I feel like it's going to be a force.
Can I Can I pick this key?
How much can you see?
I don't think sixth can max.
No, but then we play the rock. It's easier.
The only other option is come around.
Yeah.
Top.
Where?
Come, out turn, just half tuck it.
Here?
Right there.
I think the outer goes more, so.
So they flop this to here.
It's not great.
We have to
Keep drawing that
defend
spot.
It, right?
Yeah.
Why would we not go this way if we draw? Because there we
That
have
works.
always big.
Perfect. Yeah, you could stuff it in there with that in turn. It curls like crazy.
If we go here, like a bit.
It's really good. It's really good.
That's really good, yeah.
Really good. Obviously, we can't be deep.
We can't be here. We can't be here.
We've thrown out a bunch too. We've thrown that wide one early.
Yeah.
Remember, we wide and we're coming like crazy.
The guys would never try to go and blank.
We're going to leave our guard, eh?
You still got that at home?
Somewhere I've got some of those, yeah.
Nice.
In the bins of jerseys.
Yeah. That was one of my faves when you guys brought out that yellow and green.
When Will Ferrell wore it, at the award show.
Yeah.
He came to Winnipeg when he was promoting Anchorman 2, I think, and learned to curl, and we gave him a Weedman jacket, and he wore it to the award show.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Weedman loved it.
You don't say.
Yeah.
He was in that character the whole time?
The entire time. Yeah. Didn't break for a second.
Yeah, and weren't you all instructed like not to call him Will and
call him Ron?
Call him Ron and yeah.
So I thought when Glenn left, they decided to draw.
So did I. Well,
Bruce is still thinking guard, eh?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if the other team keeps missing it. Oh, and now Bruce is going to call a timeout here. Michael Goodfellow will come out for a chat. I don't imagine he'll get the same applause walking down the sheet as Glenn did.
Hopefully, Booze. Let's be proud Canadians.
Oh, maybe Michael not going to come out at all. Just let the four boys decide. Oh, wow. They are giving Michael a cheer. Okay.
Classy Canadians.
That is very classy. They felt, well, we did it for Glenn. Better do it for Michael. All right, we'll listen in here.
I am worried that they come here. I think that's why I'm liking Rollstone. Okay. Yeah.
Another option where we don't have to play it, you could play this.
Yeah, I think that's tougher than we need to.
Yeah. Even if you like pushed it past it, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Did they ever flop on top of us with their first? Well, Yannick.
But then you're always going to have.
Well, try.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think so. Sure. Roll stone. Roll to edge of fourth.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun to make it that way.
It's funny how no one has that much conviction in what the best plan is. It's like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, sure. All right, let's do that.
I think that's right. I think that's
yeah. Why
correct.
not?
Yeah, it
why
seems
not?
right.
I was thinking hack.
Hey.
You like that?
Yeah.
I hear more. Pretty straight there on it.
Sure. Yeah. I like it.
So they are going to hit and roll. Bruce's original call of guard surprising you, Brent, and it seems like they agree.
They found it. They came around.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy. High 11s. High 11s.
Curl.
Waistcoat.
Curl, Hammy.
Curl. Clean. Waistcoat.
Curl.
Straight. Slow.
Straight.
High 11s. Straight. Hard.
Benoit's going to play any shot he has, whether it's a run back or a thin double for the blank here. So how do they set up a double for a blank? Or could make it now and they go around and then you make the run blank, but that seems tough.
Well, it's still Yannick's second shot, so...
Oh, it is still Yannick. I missed one. It's not because I'm watching Rory miss a 3-footer.
So, oder, weißt du, haben wir Platz, oder? Wir können hier hin oder drüber. Selfie? Ich bin all visiert. Elfie schaffst du es nicht. Aber nicht visiert, aber. Okay, also 10,5. Ja, ist gut. Machen wir den weiter. Das ist der Hill, gell? Ist ein bisschen weniger. 10,5. Ja, genau.
So it's a call here, Langer, just hit and roll, or are they actually chasing the thin double here?
I think they hit and roll, but
yeah.
I guess because it is still Yannick, you got one chance at this, but if Bruce makes a really good hit and roll to spread him out on the first, then maybe Benoit freezes on one perfectly to potentially get out of it, or.
That doesn't roll too far.
I
think control will still keep it high enough. You actually still throw 10-5, Bruce. Okay.
So the good news is he has to keep it on the same side of the sheet as the red one, otherwise it would jam. So he's thinking roll far. Could also roll in front of it and leaving a nose double and then draw around back 8 for shot.
Good enough to keep it high.
I think so, yeah.
To sneaky force, or he might give up 2, but.
Yeah, I want the big roll here, does Bruce Mouat with his first.
High nines.
Easy, easy.
Curl. 9-5. Curl. 9-5. Whoa. Lean. Straight. Straight. Whoa. Lean. Yep. Whoa.
Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard. Hard. Let go. Hard.
Pretty much just like that.
Oh, it took a little spin. Was it enough?
Might have been.
Pablo.
Pablo.
Pablo, do you get shot?
Pablo's throwing the kegs around behind the sheet.
Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever gone John McEnroe and broken a broom?
Oh, yeah.
You're talking to the master, one of the masters.
Really? I've never broken a broom
Never?
in my life.
Oh, come on.
I actually haven't.
Really?
No, but I've played on teams that have it. Yeah,
Yes.
it usually happens in the locker room, and they shatter pretty good.
Yeah. They end up in the garbage. I've never broken one either myself, but it's because I wasn't strong enough.
I didn't say why. I just said I hadn't. Taking on, like I mentioned, he's taking on the run back double here. Or even the run back hit and roll over.
Yeah, this is what Bruce Mouat will do to a team. You figure the blank is of the essence here. Sounds close. Nope.
Okay, what?
Stuck though.
Yep.
Interesting. Bruce
stuck, and it's not the easiest chase for Bruce.
So he's just going to draw open side, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Not leave a double, and I think what you're going to see Benoit do is hit second shot and give Bruce a point here.
Yeah,
What do you think of that, Matt? Going to give him a 2-point lead instead of being tied.
I like it.
Me too. Hey,
I like it.
You can stick around.
You
I like
control
guys that
your
agree with
own
me.
destiny a little more in the last end.
That's actually a good point.
It's true. I mean,
And
that's why you would do it.
Being tied without the hammer against teams that
With
peel
one
this
end?
well, one end, it's not a good shot.
No.
And not great being down 2 either, but there's a better chance, I think, of getting 3 than there is of stealing 1.
It's like in the NBA, if you're up 3 with like 5 seconds left, you just foul and give them 2 free throws.
Right? You want to
Instead of
take
letting
control.
Yeah.
It's a math problem again, right?
Yep.
Curl in early, Bob.
First, he's got to make this draw to a spot where there's no double on the Reds.
A little bit of room. Not curled at all. Chop tee.
Lammy has been on this as from the second Bruce let go. Can't come short here.
Uh-oh.
Cannot be short here. Oh, is there a double?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Well, it's a no-brainer now for Team Schwaller. You take on the double, and if you don't get it, it's the same scenario you were talking about, Brent.
Those are the easiest shots, too. No pressure. There's a difference between hitting a game winner tied versus hitting a game winner down.
Absolutely different. Different
100%.
mindset, different feeling, right?
In my opinion. No, not that I've hit either. You don't lose if you miss.
So looking like about a half rock, kind of put it almost in the exact wrong spot, but needed to make sure you have to make a double. If they leave it short, he just has an open hit. So
Yeah, again, a few misses this game from Team Mouat that we haven't quite seen, but as you said, this is, day 45 in a row for them or whatever. Final stone, Benoit Schwartz Van Berkel, a chance to score 2. The Shakushpan on this right out of the hand. Does he have anything? Oh my. I thought for a second he was maybe even going to straight flash that red, but he will go right by. Great try from Benoit, but it does not go on the board. Bruce Mouat leads 5-3. Well, that was not the desired result for Team Yannick Schwaller. Bruce Mouat giving them an opportunity, and Benoit Schwartz Van Berkel could not capitalize, so it is a steal of 1 for Team Mouat. They lead 5-3, and now it's time to throw everything in the kitchen sink at the Scots. Got to score 2 to tie, 3 to win. It'd be pretty special, Matt, if we had a tray for the win here. It would be fitting.
Poetic even. First need some guards. They're going center guards here, afraid of the chip shot, I guess?
I would imagine that's the case, but this isn't going to be on the center line, so that doesn't matter. This is going to over-curl, I think.
Is it ever? Like, he had the broom way outside the edge of the
Oh,
eight.
there we go. Hulk smash.
But they're not chipping that, so I don't...
They're not going to chip it that high, that's for sure.
They're only up 2. They weren't chipping it if it was tight, I don't think, but what do I know?
Now it does like the chip, but yeah, up 2 maybe not.
Yeah, I just had to double-check the score. Like, they're up 2 without, right? Yes.
They are, yep.
So, I don't know if I love that call. I like 2 corner guards, and let's get after it.
Well, we'll see who's right.
I'm right. It doesn't mean just because it doesn't play out that way. But even the corner guards are also, if you're going to get 3, quite often it's like a corner guard angle raise. If you don't throw a corner guard, you can't make the angle raise. Not always, but needs 2 guards. I agree with this. And then I think Bruce is just going to go around one more time.
Are they talking about throwing a corner now?
I'm confused.
I am as well.
You want to be unpredictable, and we'll give him that. This is unpredictable.
High center, low corner. That's interesting.
Yeah, keep them guessing.
Yeah,
they
I
got
mean,
me
this
guessing.
they've got us guessing for sure. This is very, very unusual start.
Maybe it's genius. Maybe he knows around the high one. He can, if he can get a pocket built behind the high guard and keep the corner guard. I don't know. I'm interested.
Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
Bruce is confused also. Like,
yeah, Bruce is like, what do we do?
It's working.
Yeah, it's working, right?
I guess
Putting doubt.
I guess we put just another one on top of these two. I don't know. Yeah, that seems to be the thought from Bruce here. So
We'll see.
Line's great. Nice. Well then. Yep. Whoa, if you can.
Dead buried, biting the top 8 foot would be good. Gonna need a couple of shots to move these around far enough to get shot rock.
Curl now.
Bob can place this one nicely.
That's pretty good. Nice sweep from Hammy McMillan. Mouat lies 3.
Zwei steht tappen. Als je de grondstofnase. Dat zijn die 5, als het geht om im Halt. Wie du willst. Das Ding ist, so könnten wir, meiner bringt er nicht raus, wenn du so tappst. Das war gut. Oder? Können wir das nicht nachher machen? Was wird
So now they're saying, how do we get to this?
Yeah.
And how do we get offense going? You can't go around the corner. You can't. They're just going to go around the center again. Like,
or even if they peel the center, it's not great for you if you go around the corner.
Yeah. So.
Need to move some stuff. I agree.
Ja, genau. Wie gefällt es uns? Yep. Ihnen 12. Out. Ist groß. Ist Ihnen 12 out, ja. Ihnen 12, war klein. Ist out.
Every now and again, somebody invents a new strategy. Maybe they did.
We'll see.
I'm really interested to see how this all plays out.
You're here for a historic moment, Matt. We're witnessing potentially the birth of a new final end strategy.
If they keep,
it could like rewrite the trajectory of curling.
It was all thanks to you.
I think they're hitting and rolling. Yeah, I don't. If you're up 3, I like the run and peel the guards, but hit and roll this back buried, they got to play that shot again. And if they keep rolling off and you keep hit and roll buried, I think you get 8.
Yeah,
that's the play I drew up.
That is actually very.
I wondered what
this
was
is
on
looking
that.
very close to the play that Matt drew up.
It was 8 in the
5 in the. You had 5 in the 4 foot, and then 3 guards.
3
up top.
guards. That's right.
What was the code word? What was the play called?
It was just called "Do This."
Do this.
Yeah.
Shot.
It's very good from Bobby Lammy, and Mouat lies 4.
If they can get to the nose with back line, create a wall though.
Ja, out. Close. Sehr out. Wie? Ich finde es sehr gut, um beide stoßen. Sehr gut. Wie? Genau, das ist super. Wie, alle!
Not bad. Mouat does lie 4, but there is a pocket there that.
Yeah, might be usable.
Easy to get rid of that one, though.
Yeah, I don't know if you can peel. I think you got to beat him in the pocket. It's working.
It's not even easy to get it off the back of this. Quite a few freezes in there, but then I guess the blast one out. Yeah, it's not easy to do that, but it's there. Yeah.
He's freezing that pocket next.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the off the 2. Then we do that.
That's risky though, Bob.
Well, I'm also worried he maybe plays this.
Well, he'd have a chase. Yeah. So you like
That's really stupid.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the freeze in the pocket. Beat him in there.
I've always kind of liked. I know, and they're such a good peeling team, but I've always kind of liked pedal to the metal. You're up 2. In this situation, if you draw in, are you giving up 3? I don't think so.
Not very often.
Not very often. You have to really screw up the back half to do that.
Like you peel this and they lock one in there. I know what Bob's saying. We'll just smash it off that. But if you miss that smash by a ½ inch, you leave 2 yellows in there.
That's the scouting report. They're a good peeling team.
Very good upweight.
Would you say that's an appealing quality?
Oh, you walked right into that one.
Sorry, I don't get it.
It's another dad joke, eh?
Yeah.
We'll draw it out for you.
Okay, thank you.
A lot of room for dad jokes in this broadcast.
Oh, always, yeah. Curling's got a lot of space for dad jokes, that's for sure.
Straight He's throwing the in turn. Is he trying to slash it into the corner guard?
Maybe, but then you
That
might
comes
roll
in
that.
the house.
Coming in hard. That might roll the yellow into the house.
Coming in
Scary.
hard.
It's coming in hard for sure.
Trying to make it across the top?
Yep.
You dirty dog.
Wow. These guys are sickening. That's lovely.
That's a peel.
That deserves the peel.
They got to do it twice. That was a double peel.
Yep. And there you go. Up a second time.
Yep. They went down and up again. Really good from the Banana Republic. I'll tell you guys my favorite dad joke. Did you hear about the two antennas who got married?
No.
The ceremony was terrible, but the reception was excellent.
I told you he was a stand-up comedian, Bella. Now that's proof. That's his best stuff. So still going into the pocket. Doesn't look great. No guards, but those two reds side by side are real good for Team Schwaller.
Yeah, still Mouat lying 4 here, but as you say, Brent drawing into the pocket.
I don't know if the young kids would get the antenna joke.
They might not. They might not.
True.
That's part of what
What's
makes
an
it a dad
antenna?
joke.
That's
the
true.
kids don't understand it. That's a good part of it.
Attention Pablo. C'est bac 12. Alors Karl.
Looks a little bit heavy. They're acting
does.
like it's heavy.
Yeah, not much from Mikel or Lachak-Couchepin. Got to get this into the hole here. That's pretty good, I think.
Lots of pockets now.
Yeah. Can Grant ever slam this and get the 2 yellows moving, I think is the question.
They'd both be moving, but do they can't
Well,
both jam. But I don't think they can both leave, can they?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, certainly the top.
First time.
It's a good question.
So they got to hit something. Bobby, pressure's on Bobby. He said, if they do this, we'll do this. So it's time to do this.
Okay.
Yellow, yellow, across the top. The top one can definitely go.
Yeah.
I think the one that's frozen there I don't see anywhere for it to leave the house. I think it goes into that side
There's
red.
probably no hole there.
So this is what the risk is if the top one doesn't go and then we know the second one stays already, you can't leave 2 in there.
So another big waiter incoming. Grant Hardy trying to get these yellows going.
Uh-oh.
Get out.
Okay.
Getting spicy.
We got action, boys. We have action. That was unfortunate for Grant. Really well thrown. Just maybe similar to the 6th end luck for Team Schwaller. That just hangs on. Schwaller now is getting into time crisis mode here a little bit. They only have 90 seconds and 1 timeout left.
You kind of have to hit to bring in the wide one. Timeout. Here comes Cliffy.
If they were going to call a timeout, they should have done it 30 seconds ago.
And that makes sense to me, too.
Yeah. I think they didn't even realize how close they were to the end of their clock, I think was the issue.
Shorter walk this time for the coach.
See what Glenn says.
Go for it. Make it. You hit and roll over to that. That's what we're
So I think
exactly.
here is same height.
That's perfect. Perfect. I like it.
10 seconds.
Glenn makes it simple on him.
Yeah, that's what you want from a coach.
Yep.
Whether he might be full of shit, but he's confident.
Exactly. Just get it out there.
I don't think he needs to play this turn. You can make this and roll, and even if you feather the yellow, you might feather it right in front of that other red, which would be kind of really nice.
Really good, yep.
But hit and roll pretty much as far as you can away from that yellow on the button. So We might have a new strategy down 2. It's working, Matt.
It might be. This could be it.
Never
here.
doubted it for a second.
So big shot here for Yannick Schwaller. Hit and roll. Need to get some separation here. I don't think they love it out of the hand. This has got to curl a ways. Sven Mikkel trying to carve it. That's real good.
Super good.
That's as good as you could have done it without sort of feathering that yellow over. And so now, just like that, Team Schwaller lying 1, 3, and 4. And so now timeout called for Team Mouat. Michael Goodfellow will come out for a chat.
Are you freezing to the wide one here? You might be. If you knew you were going to make it. That would outcount that 2 of them and get you an extra.
Trying to figure out the best way of getting a double with Bruce's net.
Well, double's not the only way to get out of a 3. Sometimes
I don't make anything good with that.
freezing is.
Yeah. Hit and roll off the 5.
Just worried that then
They nose it back.
Yeah,
Nose and then
really
maybe
flat.
drawn somewhere or hitting somewhere to the 2.
Okay.
I'm not actually against this option.
Not against it either. Okay, try and roll into here somewhere.
Okay. Don't mind it.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing it on the end.
Yep.
Easy peel.
Okay. Yep.
Just normal, I think.
Normal thin half.
Normal.
So they're sticking to it. They're not listening to me.
Okay.
The 2 coaches for Team Mouat here, what are we seeing?
Yeah.
Is this a good call?
I don't even know what they're doing. They're hit and roll.
Hit and roll off the wide one into the red one and try and group them for a double.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Like, am I crazy to think you could just kind of draw over to that yellow one over there?
I don't mind it. I mean, I'll tell you, there's a few teams on tour that would have run down to the other end to throw that freeze. Mark Muskatowicz immediately comes to mind.
He would freeze on the center one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
On the perfect angle.
Yeah, I agree. But this is Bruce's bread and butter, so if he sees it, thinks there's a way to get him grouped, then who are we to argue? But does need to get a roll here.
Yep.
And that's really good.
What kind of sorcery?
That is really
execution at its
really good. Yeah.
Did that stayed for 3rd?
Yes, it did stay for 3rd, I believe. So that's what makes that so good. It's hard to tell. I don't know. We know our angle isn't exactly right with how close those were when they measured them in the 6th.
If they freeze one on here, though, is
Yeah,
Bruce guarding?
He might be. He might be. Mikkel and Lachak-Couchepin picking this up immediately. Slowing down a little bit now. Saying they need it for line here. Probably need it for weight, too. Got to be right on the face here. Benoit Schwartz van Berkel. And that will just come short.
So there is a double.
Yeah.
You could just make that top one, like, right now. What's their shot for 3?
Well, if you make the double, they don't have one.
Grant just said, though, what's their shot for 3 right now? Can you guard this?
Well, I guess it depends. I guess that means they do think, though, that their red rock in the 8-foot is out counting the yellow.
So, yeah, could you guard and make them draw the button to tie?
That's a good point.
If it goes to an extra end, the hammer switches.
If they give up 2 here to go to an extra, Mouat will have the hammer in the extra. So if there's a shot,
they don't
for
draw
3,
for the win like in the Battle of the Sexes.
No,
just
no.
joking.
No, they won't do that here. So Bruce Mouat down to 30 seconds to throw his last one as Hammy brings out the wrong color.
Clutch.
Clutch, yeah.
This isn't like simple.
No. No, there is a way that this comes off where Schwaller has a shot for 3, but you do tend to favor Bruce throwing the high hard one. So here we go. 8th end, last rock, Bruce Mouat. Trying to ensure they get to at least an extra end. Calling Bobby Lammy on it right out of the hand.
Can they tick it on the way by and make the accidental triple? No.
But we'll just do that. So it's going to be an open hit for 2 for Team Schwaller.
I guess if they get it off in 30 seconds here.
Yeah, not a ton of time. I said 2 ends ago, neither team in time crisis. That was a horrible mistake by me. Bruce Mouat throwing his last with 12 seconds left. Benoit won't be too far behind.
Talk about pressure.
No kidding. Final stone, Benoit Schwartz Van Berkel trying to keep his team's hopes alive. Needs to hit this one right on the nose and stay for 2. And I think they like it. Why not? Last event of the season. Let's have some more curling. We're going to an extra. Don't go anywhere.
Going undefeated through a national championship and being able to actually pull it off and win it is just an absolute dream come true.
Having 2 new junior players new to the team, Kibo and I really felt like our experience was what we had to bring out and share in that final day in Lethbridge. And drawing on our experience, we knew that the 2 older guys on the team, we kind of had to remain calm and act as leaders.
Trying to basically share the excitement and the joy that I have for the game and the passion with younger people, older people, people starting. That I would say is the biggest thing that I want to take for myself and show others is the love that I have for this sport.
Yeah, seeing Laurier continue to succeed and achieve amazing things is just so exciting. Whenever I check in and see how they're doing at U Sports and see them winning and succeeding, it's just so exciting. And I remember my time there so fondly, and I'm just so excited for the group that's there right now.
Pablo Lechak-Couchepin, Sven Mikkel looking for their first ever slam win. Some sort of history is going to be made here in this extra end. Bruce Mouat does have the hammer, though. We'll see. Maybe Team Schwaller's going to roll out an unorthodox strategy for this extra, too, that we're not going to have seen coming, Brent.
That one, it almost worked.
Yeah, there was moments in time where 3 was on the table.
High guard, tight corner. Like, Grant made a great double peel, or maybe they give up 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, you're right. He did make that across the face double peel.
This is trouble from Hammy. Is this going back button?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. At least it's... No, you're not freezing. You need another guard.
So mistake there from Hammy McMillan sliding into the back 4. Second center guard up for Lechak-Couchepin.
Eigentlich okay. Ich glaube, mit Skörlen. Ja. Ja, ist einfach hot. Also nach dem grünen Logo. Ich gebe schon nicht so schlecht, aber es ist einfach hot. Curl. Okay, Pablo.
So unfortunately for Pablo Lechak-Couchepin, that does not touch the center line. That means it is tickable for Hammy McMillan. And I've seen Hammy make a couple of these this week.
Lead. Hair heavy. Curl. Hair heavy. Curl. Lead. Straight. Straight.
Yannick not even going up to sweep it.
Yeah, it's perfectly made from Hemi McMillan and also rolls it onto the rings. So that's a potential catcher for Bruce Mouat later. And this is a really good setup all of a sudden for Team Mouat. That's a crucial miss from Le Chat Couchepin.
Ligne, Achtung, Minimum Freeze, Ligne 8, Ligne bien, Schieß Cabo, regarde bien.
Question for Team Schwaller is how long do we wait before we freeze back to this one?
Questions answered right now.
That's too soon, I think, but I thought I saw him point for a guard and at least kept it high, so it can't be blasted.
Yeah, pretty good weight there from Sven Mikkel. Doesn't get right to the nose, but pretty good.
A little bit of angle. Even if he makes this double on the yellows, the one on the button's not going to go far, if anywhere, but get rid of that back red one.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, blows it by. So one miss from Hammy, one miss from Lammy. Sometimes that's all it takes. Matt, you've been watching enough curling now. Do you have a favorite shot yet? Is there a shot you like to see the teams throw?
Any peel shot so I can see the bananas.
Yeah. Fair.
Achtung, Ligne peu, garde la ligne.
Great throw, Bob.
Garde la ligne, right, cool. Garde la ligne, Pablo.
But double peel, I would say.
Oh, you like a double?
Double
okay.
peel.
Yeah. Yeah, those are fun. You like to watch the rocks moving.
Triple takeout if we get there.
Okay, yeah, I do like it. Okay, so you're not a finesse shot guy.
No.
You like to see the action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like collisions.
Love it.
That's okay.
Peel for now. There is room for draw to the yellow for shot still for Team Mouat. Schwaller's not going to leave that for him on his last one, but at some point they could decide to kind of nose that if your Mouat stay frozen. There it is.
There they are.
Oh, a couple of them got caught at the bar. Disappointing.
Yeah. That's too bad. Missed their chance.
Cutting into happy hour.
Yep, absolutely.
I think you want to make sure this isn't a high guard. If it needs to be usable in at least 2/3. 6 feet short of the house. Dead in line.
Over curls slightly.
So do they nose it yet?
Trying to make a bit more room or not?
What do you think? It's up to you.
Looks like it just stuffs up every single time we do it, but.
Okay, well then we probably don't do it then, I guess.
Well, getting rid of the red would be a good thing, but
yeah.
Backing off better. I think we just get it out of the way and then.
Thing is, you also block your draw for one.
Just peel, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
So deciding just to peel here. Bruce didn't like the potential that you could stuff it right there, and maybe you leave both yellows in the 4-foot, maybe even with one in front of the tee line, which would be a disaster. And plus, by doing that,
yeah,
you get the attention of the Banana Republic.
Even the mini banana was up on that one.
Yeah. So another guard up here for Yannick Schwaller. And then I'd imagine we'll have a decision to make for Team Schwaller.
Same again.
Straight peel. So how's this end going to come together here in the next couple of shots? Peel. Are they ever coming in and freezing another one?
Yeah, that's...
Bruce will always be able to get the top one out on his first shot or on Grant's last, but this is Grant's last now on his first. But that back one will stay, and then if Benoit puts one top 8 in front of it, Bruce has to draw the side of the button or make a 3 or 4 foot double.
Ooh, didn't want to lose their catcher, I don't think.
Oh, that might matter.
Do they get another timeout for the extra?
Yes, they do, yeah. And they get 5 full minutes to play this end, so lots of time to talk it through.
Also ich glaube, wir gehen auf... Wie wollen wir, dass wir vielleicht ein bisschen mehr Platz haben für... Also wenn er nicht perfekt ist, kann man... So ist er fully buried, so bringt... So könnte man ihn vielleicht nachher mit einem Tap austappen, weißt du, das nicht...
I think if you let Bruce, he's going to get shot on his next shot. Like if you guard it and he comes down and noses it, the game's over.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I don't.
I'm always of the mind you probably want to be beating them in there. So because of that, I like either top 12 in front of it. He's going to run it in there, like kind of a little overcurl on the center line. You can't let him chase nose.
Dann tun wir einen Viertel einfach zeigen, dann spielt es sicher nicht. Vielleicht nicht. Centerline beißen. Genau dort, Centerline beißen.
Does look like they're leaning guard here.
Well, Bruce has to. He can't peel because he knows if they freeze, Bruce doesn't even have a shot. Pretty much, he'll have to draw the side of the pin.
Yeah.
I don't think he's good with that. So if you throw a guard, Bruce is going to try and win it on his first shot, and if he makes the shot, I think he's going to win it. They were motioning, well, if he does something in here, we got the angle raised, but he's not going to freeze. He's going to move that back red.
So the guard, once again, going up for Team Schwaller with Benoit Schwartz van Berkel's first.
Anfangslogo, voll ins Skate. Ja, Skate. Anfangslogo. Linie gut. Wir sind auf dem Logo. Linie ist perfekt. Wir sind mit dem Logo. Vielleicht muss ein bisschen curlen. Nein, Linie gut. Anfangslogo. Curl, 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 curl. Perfekt. Sehr gut.
Guard's exactly where they wanted it, and now we'll see what Bruce decides here. And yeah, I think you're right, Brent.
He has to. You can't let Benoit go there on his last one. If the guard's gone and Benoit puts one right on the nose, how are you gonna win?
Yeah, you don't. Well, you draw side pin.
No, thank you.
Yeah, would love that.
The time is nigh.
The time is nigh.
The time is nigh, yeah.
Yes.
And if it's made, they will have the angle to stay buried shot, but it'll be so difficult, and then Bruce will have kind of the same shot. Draw the button. So he's playing the turn where he doesn't need to move it. He could play the in turn. He's going to play whichever turn he knows better. There's more room on the button on this side, so if it didn't quite curl enough and you have the right speed, you can still get shot. So.
Perfect. Yeah, 4 feet probably close. Yeah.
First rock for Bruce Mouat, trying to set up the victory here in the extra end.
Looked a little light.
Line's good. Waist good.
Sweepers do seem to like it. Picking it up now, Hammy and Lammy.
Line's perfect.
You have to get it there. Short is disaster.
Line's perfect,
Line's
Short
really
is disaster. Short is disaster. Oh.
Short.
No. Just short. Really good effort from Bobby Lammy and Hammy McMillan. But Yannick Schwaller is shot. And my goodness, Brent, if Benoit gets this rock in the right spot, Bruce may not have a shot to win.
What does he have right now?
Yeah, a run.
Has to stick it.
Yeah.
He could tap the one he just threw, or he could draw the side of the button. So you need to take the tap away and at least change the path.
Tap's easier than the draw?
I think so. It's the same shot he just threw.
I think we have to be...
Split the guard. It's crazy, but if you made it perfect.
This one is overburied by a third, I would say. I think it's not.
It does curl. That's where it curls the most, though. That's the only problem.
True. Split the guard completely insane.
So he has the tap on both sides, as Glenn's concerned.
It's really tough.
I mean, if we only tap it to here, it's already it's the best result.
So here they still have to do like a...
Yep.
You know, I can play this way if I rub.
Yep.
He has to run, right?
Yep. Yep.
It's a single run though.
It is.
Single run is niet eenvoudiger nachher.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
So if we go here, it makes it easier than it is right now.
And if we stagger it, he still can come around and tap, right? That's the problem.
Glenn's just staying again. Timeout's over.
Who's going to tell him to leave?
Nobody. Crowd loves him.
Yeah. So it seems like they're discussing a few options. They kind of like splitting this guard. That's. I agree with Glenn. It's good if you make it, but
don't want to split it too far.
Yeah, exactly. Could also open the door of destiny for Bruce Mouat to walk right on through.
Ich glaube, es wird okay sein. Nicht ganz so schnell wie die Spur.
That doesn't look like ice to split the guard, but
no. They did say they thought that this is where it curls the most.
So Benoit was of the mind, let's put this top 8-foot top, half in the top 8 dead buried, and then they can't play the tap. They have to play the double run or the draw to the side of the button.
Yeah, I like that too. So lining up the guard split here. This looks like it's got to curl a mile for that. Okay, so no way they were playing the guard split. This has got to curl. Can't leave him the straight run. And I think that curled just enough. And so Bruce Mouat going to play the in-turn tap.
Oh, he's talking about back line hair high on the shooter there. That's easier than that getting through that hole with T-line weight?
Yeah. I was going to say 9.5.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't think.
Okay.
Do they hate this intern side of the sheet for some reason?
They must. I think that's kind of what Benoit and Yannick were indicating in the timeout to Glenn, that just they thought that this intern was maybe tougher than it appeared.
10-5 and Cole could just plant it right there?
Yeah.
10-5. Got to hit it dead perfect. Oof. I'm surprised by this. I mean, I'm not out there, so I don't. That intern draw to the button, you got to move it like 2 inches, so you could tick it sideways 2 inches. This shot they know, and they're real good at it, though.
Yeah, nose is good.
Enough?
I think so. Still close, yeah.
But that yellow's not going very far, so the red one cannot roll off.
No.
Game time.
This is it.
Hush falls over the Mattamy Athletic Center. Bruce Mouat, the final stone of the Grand Slam of curling season. Looking to make history.
Whoa, yep, whoa. 10, 10. Yeah, whoa. Curl. Straight, lead, straight.
Flirting with that center guard. It sounds close. Do they stick it? Yes, they do. Woo! Bruce Mouat might have been one of the hardest options available to him, but he sticks it perfectly. 4 times lucky for Bruce Mouat this year. The first team ever to win 4 Grand Slams in a single season. The world champions too, how about that? Unbelievable. What a game from Yannick Schwaller as well. That was a phenomenally played extra end. But in the end, Bruce Mouat sticks it right on the lid, and Hammy McMillan says it better than any of us ever could.
Fucking legendary, Bruce, and it is. Luck has nothing to do with it. These guys are unbelievable, and they just overtook Holman. Like, I think their year's way better than Holman's all of a sudden.
4 slams, world champion. It's pretty incredible. There they are, your 2025 AMJ Players Champions, Bruce Mouat. And yes, I agree. Not much that luck has to do with it, but 4 times, unbelievable. Incredible run for this team from Scotland. A Grand Slam trophy will not be won by any other country this year. All 5 by Scotland, and 4 of them belonging to Bruce Mouat. Well, gentlemen, that's it. We did it. The Grand Slam of curling season, the competitive season anyway, has concluded. A few of the curlers heading off to Nashville this week, but for all of us here at Home Team Network, Brent Lang, Matt Bonner, the whole crew, thrilled you could join us for this season. We cannot wait to see you again in September. We will be back. Congratulations again to Bruce Mouat, Silvana Tirinzoni, your 2025 AMJ Players Champions. Good night.
This group is obviously very special. You've won so many games and had so much success. But what is it about this group that just makes you guys so dominant and just raise the bar?
Just think that we trust each other completely. Like, you know, we've worked so hard on our communication and our understanding of each other and all the pressures that come with curling. Being away from home all the time, and, you know, you have to just be a unit and support each other as best as you can. The 3 guys that I have, they support me more than most people do.
Obviously a big season next year with the Olympic Games. How big of a confidence booster is it to have a season like this going into that big year?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, the next year is gonna, like, that's the main aim for this team, is to win the gold. Now, we got the silver last time, and yeah, that's the ultimate dream, and we're gonna just continue this momentum and hopefully continue to
2025 AMJ Men's Players Champion, Bruce Mouat. Toronto. It's always a pleasure coming to the Mattamy Athletic Center for this great event. If you see anybody in a green jacket, be sure to thank them for their volunteer hours this week. Takes almost 200 volunteers from local curling clubs around the area to make this happen. So huge thank you, especially to Poggy and her crew, share this event. It's always a blast. So thank you very much to all the fans and volunteers. Also, for all you golf fans, officially announced Rory McIlroy has won his first Masters championship. Curling fans, please join me in welcoming Dennis Corbeck, Vice President of Business Development for AMJ, to present the championship trophy to your 2025 AMJ Men's Players Champions, Team Mouat. Curling fans, thank you so much to everybody who joined us this week. Another great year here in Toronto. We wish you all the best. Safe travels home. We hope to see you again real soon. From all of us here at Grand Slam of Curling, the Curling Group, thank you so much.
and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Final stone. Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster